The room is dim, lit only by the faint glow of a candle flickering on a nearby table. You stand before a mirror, its surface smooth and unyielding, reflecting your face back at you. A face you've seen 1,000 times, yet tonight it feels like a stranger's. Your eyes trace the familiar lines, the curve of your jaw, the weight of your gaze, and a question creeps into your mind, soft at first, then insistent. Who is this person staring back? Is it your thoughts? The whirlwind of ideas that swirl through your head? Is it your memories? Those fragile snapshots of moments long gone? Or is it something deeper, something you can't quite name? A core, a soul, an I that holds it all together. The concept of the self is the bedrock of your existence, the anchor that tells you who you are, where you've been, and where you're going. Yet, under the quiet scrutiny of this moment, it begins to unravel, revealing a psychological paradox that's as unnerving as it is profound. The self you cling to might be an illusion, a fleeting story your mind tells itself to make sense of the chaos. Why do we feel like a singular, unchanging I when our thoughts, our memories, our very essence are in constant flux? Tonight, as you settle into the soothing embrace of this video, we'll drift through 12 unnerving psychological paradoxes, each a puzzle that probes the mysteries of the mind, crafted to spark unease and lull you into a restful, contemplative sleep. So close your eyes, let your breath slow, and let's begin our journey with the illusion of self, a question that feels like a whisper from the void, asking who you truly are. This isn't just a fleeting curiosity. It's a riddle that lies at the heart of what it means to be human. A paradox that has haunted philosophers, psychologists, and poets for centuries. Picture yourself in that mirror, your reflection, a silent partner in this moment of doubt. You feel like a single, cohesive person, don't you? The you who laughed with friends yesterday, who dreamed last night, who stands here now, it's all the same person, right? But peel back the layers, and the self begins to fray. Your thoughts shift from moment to moment. 1 second planning dinner, the next lost in a memory, then racing with worry. Your memories, those pillars of identity, fade or distort, reshaped each time you recall them. Your body too changes. Cells die and renew. Your face ages. Your heart beats a different rhythm with every passing year. If everything about you is in flux, what holds the self together? It's a question that feels like standing on a cliff, the ground crumbling beneath you, the wind whispering that the you know might be a mirage, a trick of the mind to keep you tethered to reality. Let's step closer to that mirror. The candles flicker, casting shadows that dance across your reflection. The idea of the self as an illusion isn't new. It's a thread woven through centuries of thought, from ancient philosophy to modern neuroscience. In the 18th century, Scottish philosopher David Hume argued that the self is nothing more than a bundle of perceptions, a collection of thoughts, sensations, and memories with no fixed core. Look within, Hume said, and you'll find no single I, just a stream of experiences, flowing like a river, each moment distinct yet connected by the mind's narrative. Fast forward to the 21st century, and neuroscientists like Antonio Damasio echo this, suggesting the self is a construct, a story the brain weaves from the interplay of memories, emotions, and bodily states. Your brain's prefrontal cortex, like a diligent author, stitches together these fragments: your childhood laugh, the sting of a recent argument, the warmth of a hug, into a coherent you. But this story is fragile, rewritten with every new experience. Every forgotten detail, every shift in mood, It's as if yourself is a painting, constantly retouched, its original lines blurred by time. Take a moment. Let the candles glow, settle over you like a soft veil. The science of the self is as unsettling as it is fascinating. Consider how your brain builds this illusion. The default mode network, a web of regions active when you daydream or reflect, hums with activity, weaving your sense of identity from memories and expectations. When you think, "This is me," it's your brain's storytelling at work, linking past and present into a narrative that feels solid. Yet experiments reveal how fragile this narrative is. Brain injuries, like those affecting the hippocampus, can erase memories, leaving people disconnected from their past selves. Disorders like dissociative identity disorder fragment the self into multiple personas, each claiming to be I. Even sleep, that nightly surrender, disrupts the continuity of self. Your dreaming mind wanders through worlds where you are both actor and stranger. It's like a book whose chapters don't quite align, yet you read it as one story, trusting the pages hold together. Let's linger in that mirrored room, the reflection now a quiet challenge to your sense of being. The illusion of self isn't just a scientific puzzle, it's a deeply human one, touching every part of your life. You define yourself by your roles: friend, parent, worker, by your passions, your fears, your dreams. But what happens when those roles shift? When passions fade? When fears evolve? Are you still the same person you were at 10? At 20? At 40? The paradox is that you feel continuous, a single thread through time. Yet every piece of you, your thoughts, your body, your memories, changes. Philosophers like Derek Parfit have wrestled with this, arguing that identity is less about a fixed self and more about a chain of connections, each moment linked to the next by memory and experience. You're not the same, Parfit says, but you're not entirely different either. It's a dizzying thought, like walking a tightrope where the rope itself is unraveling, yet you keep moving forward, trusting the next step will hold. Imagine yourself as a child, running through a field, the world bright and boundless. Now picture yourself now, in this quiet room, the mirror reflecting a face shaped by years. Are you the same person? The illusion of self suggests you're both the same and not, a paradox that's both unnerving and liberating. Psychologists like Daniel Kahneman highlight how our sense of self shifts with context. One moment, you're confident, the next, anxious, each version feeling like the real you. Social media amplifies this, curating versions of yourself, happy, successful, witty, that don't always align with the you in the mirror. It's as if you're a kaleidoscope, each turn revealing a new pattern, each one beautiful, fleeting, and incomplete. The paradox lies in this tension. You feel like a singular I, yet you're a multitude, a mosaic of moments that never quite cohere. Let's explore what this paradox means for you, how it reshapes your place in the world. If the self is an illusion, what does that mean for the things you hold dear? Your choices, your loves, your purpose. Free will, that cornerstone of agency, falters if the you making choices is a shifting narrative, shaped by unconscious processes and fleeting thoughts. Morality, too, wobbles. If there's no fixed self, who's accountable for your actions? Yet, there's freedom in this fluidity. If the self is a story, you're the author, free to rewrite the narrative, to let go of old wounds or embrace new dreams. It's a haunting thought, isn't it? The idea that the you know is a construct, yet one you can shape, like clay in your hands. The mirror's reflection isn't a prison, it's a canvas. inviting you to paint who you want to be. Take a deep breath. Feel the candle's warmth fade into a gentle hum. The illusion of self is a paradox because it both binds and frees you. It binds you to the narrative your brain has woven, the story that says, "This is me." But it frees you to question that story, to see the self as a process, not a thing. This perspective, rooted in both neuroscience and Eastern philosophies like Buddhism, which denies a permanent self, offers a kind of peace. You don't need a fixed I to live, to love, to dream. You can be a river, flowing, changing, yet whole in its motion. It's a thought that's both unsettling and soothing, a perfect lullaby for a mind seeking rest. As you lie there, your body sinking into the mattress, let the paradox be a guide, a soft light leading you into the night. There's no need to define the self tonight, or ever. It's enough to ponder it, to let its quiet mystery cradle your thoughts as you drift toward dreams. The debate around the self is a mirror of its own, reflecting centuries of thought. Neuroscientists like Damasio map the brain's role, while philosophers like Parfit and Dennett debate continuity versus illusion. Psychologists like Baumeister explore how self-concepts shape behavior, yet no one agrees on a single truth. The self's illusion endures, a testament to its power to provoke and unsettle. It's a puzzle that doesn't demand resolution, but contemplation, a perfect star to guide us through the mind's labyrinth. This tale of a fractured self is just the first light in the constellation of psychological paradoxes we'll explore tonight. Each will illuminate another facet of the mind, revealing the strange, unnerving truths that shape our reality. From the illusion of self, with its quiet challenge to identity, we'll drift to a paradox where choice itself becomes a trap, paralyzing us in a maze of options. Picture a wall of endless possibilities, each one calling, yet holding you frozen. What happens when freedom becomes a cage? Close your eyes. Let the mirror's glow fade into the quiet hum of a crowded store. And let's drift into the next mystery, where choice begins to bind. The fluorescent lights hum overhead, casting a sterile glow across the endless aisles of a supermarket that stretches farther than your eyes can follow. You stand before a wall of cereal boxes, their vibrant colors and bold promises blurring into a kaleidoscope of choice. Crunchy oats, honey-sweetened flakes, organic grains, each one vying for your attention, each one claiming to be the perfect start to your day. You reach out, your hand hovering, but something stops you. The options pile up in your mind, a cacophony of possibilities. Will this one taste better? Is that one healthier? What if you choose wrong and regret it later? The seconds tick by, your cart empty, your heart racing with a quiet panic you can't quite name. This is the paradox of choice, a psychological conundrum that turns freedom into a cage, revealing a dark truth. The more options we have, the less satisfied we feel. Why does the promise of choice, so alluring in its abundance, leave us paralyzed, trapped in a maze of our own making? As you settle into the soothing rhythm of this video, let's wander through this crowded aisle, letting the paradox's gentle mystery unfold like a shadow in the mind, guiding you toward a restful, contemplative sleep. This isn't just a quirk of modern life. It's a profound riddle that cuts to the core of how we navigate a world overflowing with possibilities. Picture yourself in that supermarket, the weight of choice pressing down like an invisible fog. You want to make the right decision, to pick the cereal that's not just good, but perfect, the one that aligns with your tastes, your values, your morning routine. But with dozens of options, each slightly different yet maddeningly similar, your mind spins, caught in a loop of comparison and doubt. Should you go for the low-sugar option or the one with extra fiber? What about the brand your friend raved about or the one on sale? The freedom to choose, that hallmark of autonomy we cherish, becomes a burden, a source of anxiety rather than joy. It's a paradox, because choice is supposed to liberate us, to empower us to shape our lives. Yet too much of it can shackle us, leaving us frozen, dissatisfied, and haunted by the paths we didn't take. This tension, this unnerving truth, is what makes the paradox of choice so compelling. A puzzle that mirrors our daily struggles and whispers questions about freedom, happiness, and the human mind. Let's step deeper into the aisle. The hum of the lights, a quiet drone above you. The paradox of choice was popularized by psychologist Barry Schwartz in his 2004 book, The Paradox of Choice: Why More is Less, building on decades of research into decision-making. Schwartz argued that while some choice is essential, freedom to pick your path fosters agency. Too much choice overwhelms the brain, leading to paralysis, regret, and reduced satisfaction. Imagine you're choosing a cereal, and after agonizing, you pick one. Later, eating your breakfast, you wonder if another would have been better, the ghost of unchosen options lingering, like a bitter aftertaste. Studies back this up. In a famous experiment by psychologists Sheena Iyengar and Mark Lepper, shoppers at a grocery store faced either 6 or 24 jam flavors. The larger display drew more attention, but only 3% bought jam, compared to 30% with the smaller set. More options sparked interest, but crippled action, as if the brain, faced with abundance, short-circuits under the weight of possibility. Picture yourself clutching ... Why does this happen? The human brain, for all its brilliance, isn't built for endless choice. Evolutionary psychologists suggest our ancestors faced simpler decisions: hunt this animal or that, pick these berries or those, with clear stakes and limited options. Today, we're bombarded with choices, from trivial cereal flavors to life-altering careers, partners, cities. The brain's prefrontal cortex, responsible for decision-making, struggles to process this overload, triggering stress. When you choose, you're not just picking one path, you're rejecting dozens, each rejection a potential loss. This opportunity cost haunts you, as your mind imagines the unchosen options as better, brighter, more fulfilling. It's like standing at a crossroads with 100 paths, each one whispering that it's the right one, yet knowing you can only take one, and the others will fade into what-ifs. Take a moment, let the aisle's hum settle over you like a soft fog. The paradox of choice isn't just about supermarkets. It's a mirror for modern life, where abundance is both a gift and a curse. Think about your last Netflix binge, scrolling through endless shows, each thumbnail promising a better story, yet hours pass without watching anything. Or consider bigger choices, picking a college, a job, a partner. The internet offers infinite options, dating apps with thousands of profiles, job boards with endless listings, yet studies show more choices correlate with less satisfaction. In a 2011 study, Schwartz found that maximizers, people who seek the best option, report higher stress and lower happiness than satisficers, who settle for good enough. Maximizers, like you in that aisle, are haunted by the perfect choice that might have been, their minds trapped in a cycle of comparison and regret. It's as if the freedom to choose becomes a labyrinth, each turn leading to more doubt, more paths, more walls. Let's linger in the supermarket. The cereal box is now a quiet challenge to your peace of mind. The paradox's roots trace back to psychological research on cognitive overload, the brain's limit on processing complex decisions. In the 1950s, psychologist George Miller proposed the magic number 7, suggesting we can juggle about 7 pieces of information at once. A wall of 50 cereal boxes blows past that limit, overwhelming your cognitive capacity. The brain copes by simplifying, relying on heuristics like brand loyalty or price, but these shortcuts often fail under pressure, leaving you paralyzed. Social factors amplify this. In a culture that glorifies choice as freedom, we're conditioned to believe more options equal more happiness. Yet the paradox reveals the opposite, but truth that's both unnerving and strangely liberating. It's like discovering the banquet you've been chasing is too vast to taste, and a single, simple dish might satisfy you more. Imagine yourself pushing that. The paradox of choice doesn't just affect decisions, it shapes your emotions, your relationships, your life. When you choose a cereal and later regret it, you're not just tasting oats, you're tasting the weight of what could have been. This regret, psychologists say, stems from the brain's negativity bias, where losses loom larger than gains. You dwell on the unchosen flavors, imagining them better, even if your choice was fine. In relationships, this plays out painfully. Dating apps offer endless profiles, making every partner feel like a compromise, a missed chance at the one. In careers, the gig economy promises infinite paths, yet job hoppers often feel unfulfilled, chasing a perfect role that doesn't exist. It's as if choice, meant to empower, becomes a mirror, reflecting your doubts, a shadow that follows every step. Let's explore what this paradox means for you, how it reshapes your place in the world. If more choice breeds discontent, what does that say about freedom, about hap? The paradox challenges the modern mantra that abundance is progress, suggesting that limits might be our salvation. Schwartz advocates for satisficing, choosing what's good enough rather than obsessing over the best. It's a shift in mindset, like picking a cereal because it's familiar, not because it's perfect, and savoring it without regret. This approach, backed by research, reduces stress and boosts contentment. Yet it feels counterintuitive in a world that equates choice with power. The paradox's unnerving truth is that freedom can enslave us, trapping us in a cycle of doubt and dissatisfaction. Yet it offers a way out. Embrace simplicity, let go of the need for perfection, and find peace in the choices you make. Take a deep breath. Feel the aisles hum, fade into a gentle warmth. The paradox of choice is a riddle because it reveals a flaw in our wiring, a glitch in the human mind that turns opportunity into anguish. It's unsettling to think that the freedom we crave can paralyze us, that the abundance we chase can leave us empty. Yet there's a quiet beauty in this truth, a chance to rethink what matters. By limiting choices, curating your options, setting boundaries, you can reclaim the joy of deciding. It's like pruning a garden, cutting back the wild growth to let a few flowers bloom. This wisdom, drawn from psychology and philosophy, is a lullaby for the restless mind, a reminder that peace lies not in having it all, but in choosing what's enough. Let's linger in the supermarket. The cereal box is now a silent testament to choice's weight. The debate around the paradox is lively, with psychologists like Iyengar exploring how culture shapes our response. Western societies, with their emphasis on individualism, amplify the paradox's effects. While collectivist cultures may feel less burdened, critics argue that choice overload isn't universal. Some thrive under pressure, finding joy in variety. Yet the paradox's core truth endures. Too much freedom can trap us, a puzzle that provokes and soothes in equal measure. As you lie there, your body sinking into the mattress, let the paradox be a guide, a soft light leading you into the night. There's no need to choose the perfect path tonight, or ever. It's enough to ponder it, to let its quiet mystery cradle your thoughts as you drift toward dreams. This tale of choices' hidden chains is just one light in the constellation of psychological paradoxes we're exploring tonight. Each will illuminate another facet of the mind, revealing the strange, unnerving truths that shape our reality. From the paradox of choice, with its maze of overwhelming options, we'll drift to a paradox where our perception of others distorts our social world, making us feel less connected than we are. Picture scrolling through a feed of smiling faces, each one seeming more popular, more alive. Why do our friends always seem to outshine us? Close your eyes. Let the supermarket's hum fade into the quiet buzz of a digital crowd, and let's drift into the next mystery, where social bonds begin to twist. The glow of your phone screen casts a soft light across the room. Its flicker, the quiet companion in the stillness of the night. You're scrolling through a social media feed, a cascade of smiling faces, exotic vacations, and crowded parties. Each post a snapshot of a life that seems brighter, fuller, more connected than your own. Your friend from college beams at a concert, surrounded by a sea of strangers. A coworker shares a group selfie, their circle of friends sprawling like a constellation. Even your quiet neighbor, who barely speaks, posts about a bustling dinner with dozens of guests. Why do they all seem to have more friends, more followers, more life than you? This is the friendship paradox, a psychological quirk rooted in the mathematics of social networks, revealing an unnerving truth. For most people, their friends have more friends than they do, on average. It's a distortion that twists your perception, making you feel like a shadow in a world of stars. A riddle that asks, why does everyone else seem to shine brighter? As you settle into the soothing rhythm of this video, let's drift through this digital crowd, letting the paradox's gentle mystery unfold like a whisper in the dark, guiding your mind toward a restful, contemplative sleep. This isn't just a fleeting pang of envy. It's a profound paradox that exposes a glitch in how we see ourselves and others. A truth that's as unsettling as it is universal. Picture yourself in that quiet room, your thumb pausing over the screen, the faces of your friends glowing like lanterns in a vast night. You count your connections, 5 close friends, a dozen acquaintances, maybe 100 followers online, and feel a twinge of inadequacy. Your college buddy has twice as many followers. Your coworkers' posts get triple the likes, and even your shy neighbor seems to know everyone. It's not just your imagination. It's a statistical reality, a quirk of social networks that makes others appear more popular, more connected, more central than you. The friendship paradox, first described by sociologist Scott Feld in 1991, isn't about your worth or your relationships. It's about the structure of human connections, a mathematical trap that skews your view of the social world. It's a paradox because it feels personal, a private sting of comparison, yet it's universal, a distortion that haunts everyone scrolling through the same digital sea. This unnerving truth pulls you into a web of perception where the more you look, the smaller you feel. Let's step deeper into that digital crowd. The screens glow a quiet hum in the night. The friendship paradox arises from the mathematics of social networks, a discovery rooted in the study of connections, friends, followers, colleagues that form the invisible threads of our lives. Imagine your social circle as a web, each person a node, each friendship a line connecting them. You have, say, 10 friends, but some of your friends are social butterflies, with 50 or 100 connections. Others are quieter, with just a few. When you look at your friends' friends, you're more likely to notice the popular ones, the hubs with sprawling networks, because they appear in more people's circles. Mathematically, Feld showed that the average number of friends your friends have is higher than your own friend count. A quirk of network structure. It's like standing in a room where the tallest people catch your eye, making you feel shorter, even if you're average height. Your brain, wired to compare, takes this skewed sample and spins a story. Everyone else is more connected, more loved, more alive. Picture yourself swiping through those posts, each one a window into a friend's world. The paradox was first quantified in social networks, but the digital age has amplified its sting. Social media platforms like Instagram or X magnify the effect, curating feeds that highlight your friends' most connected moments, parties, trips, milestones, while your own life feels quieter, less vibrant. A 2014 study by psychologists at the University of Michigan found that heavy social media use correlates with lower self-esteem as users compare their everyday reality to others' highlight reels. The friendship paradox fuels this, making you feel like an outlier in a world of social stars. It's as if the digital mirror reflects a distorted you, smaller and dimmer against a backdrop of glowing lives. Take a moment. Let the screen's glow settle over you like a soft veil. Why does this paradox hit so hard? The human brain is a social machine, evolved to navigate tribes where status and belonging meant survival. Psychologists like Robin Dunbar suggest we're wired for social comparison, gauging our place in the group to secure resources and safety. In small ancestral groups, this was manageable. You knew everyone's role, their connections, their strengths. But in today's hyper-connected world, with networks spanning thousands, your brain struggles to keep up. The paradox exploits this, feeding your comparison instinct with a skewed sample of super-connected friends. The amygdala, your brain's fear center, lights up when you feel socially inferior, triggering a quiet panic, a sense of being left behind. It's like standing in a crowded room, hearing laughter you're not part of, feeling invisible even as you're surrounded. Let's linger in that digital crowd, the posts scrolling endlessly before you. The friendship paradox isn't just about numbers. It's about how those numbers shape your emotions, your sense of self. When you see your friends' bustling lives, you don't just feel less popular, you feel less enough. This distortion fuels envy, a gnawing sense that others are living better, fuller lives. A 2017 study in Computers and Human Behavior found that social media amplifies the paradox's effects, correlating with feelings of loneliness and inadequacy. The paradox is universal, though. Your popular friends feel it too, comparing themselves to even more connected hubs. It's a recursive trap, a hall of mirrors where everyone feels like the smallest reflection. Yet there's a strange comfort in this universality, a whisper that you're not alone in your unease, that the crowd is just as lost as you are. Imagine yourself setting the phone down, the screen fading to black, the room silent except for your breath. The paradox roots trace back to network theory, a field born in the 20th century to study connections, social, technological, biological. Feld's 1991 paper, Why Your Friends Have More Friends Than You Do, was a mathematical revelation showing that network structure, not personal failings, drives the effect. Later research extended it to online networks, with studies like those by Johan Ugander in 2011 analyzing Facebook data, confirming the paradox grip in digital spaces. The effect isn't limited to friends, your colleagues' networks, your followers' even your rivals' allies seem larger, a universal skew that haunts every web of connection. It's as if the universe itself is wired to make you feel like you're on the edge, never the center. Let's explore what this paradox means for you, how it reshapes your place in the social world. If your friends always seem more connected, what does that say about belonging, about worth? The paradox challenges your self-perception, feeding a narrative that you're less than others, less loved, less alive. It's a distortion that can spiral, driving you to chase followers, likes, or invitations, only to find the goalpost moving. Yet there's a way out, a quiet truth buried in the paradox's math. Everyone feels this way. Your popular friend, with their 100 connections, compares themselves to someone with 1,000, feeling just as small. Psychologists like Sonia Lyubomirsky suggest reframing comparison. Focus on your own connections, not others' numbers. It's like turning off the spotlight on the crowd and lighting a candle for yourself. Finding warmth in the relationships that matter. Take a deep breath. Feel the room's silence wrap around you like a soft blanket. The paradox of choice is unnerving because it reveals a flaw in our social wiring, a glitch that makes the world feel bigger, brighter, and just out of reach. It's a reminder that perception isn't reality, that the digital mirror lies. Yet there's a soothing wisdom in this truth, a chance to step back, to see the paradox for what it is, a trick of math, not a measure of your worth. By limiting comparison, curating your digital diet, you can reclaim your place in the web, not as a shadow, but as a thread, vital and connected. It's like pruning a garden, clearing the overgrowth to let your own flowers bloom, a quiet act of defiance against the crowd's glare. Let's linger in the darkened room, the phone now a silent relic beside you. The debate around the friendship paradox is vibrant, with sociologists like Nicholas Christakis exploring how network structure shapes behavior, and psychologists like Ethan Kross linking it to digital well-being. Critics argue the paradox's impact varies. Some thrive in large networks, unbothered by comparison. Yet its core truth endures. Our social world is skewed, a puzzle that provokes and calms in equal measure. As you lie there, your body sinking into the mattress, let the paradox be a lullaby, its rhythm soothing your thoughts into a gentle haze. There's no need to outshine the crowd tonight, or ever. It's enough to ponder it, to let its quiet mystery cradle your thoughts as you drift toward dreams. This tale of distorted connections is just one light in the constellation of psychological paradoxes we're exploring tonight. Each will illuminate another facet of the mind, revealing the strange, unnerving truths that shape our reality. From the friendship paradox with its skewed social mirror, we'll drift to a paradox where our pursuit of happiness leads to misery, trapping us in an emotional snare. Picture chasing a perfect moment, only to find it slipping away. Why does seeking joy betray us? Close your eyes, let the digital crowd's hum fade into the quiet pulse of a fleeting pleasure, and let's drift into the next mystery, where happiness begins to unravel. The beach stretches before you, its golden sands kissed by the gentle lap of turquoise waves, the air warm with the scent of salt and possibility. You're reclining on a soft blanket, a glass of chilled wine in your hand, the sunset painting the sky in hues of coral and violet. Music drifts from a nearby speaker, its melody weaving through the evening like a promise of perfection. This is the moment you've been chasing, the pinnacle of happiness you've planned and pursued, every detail curated to spark joy. Yet, as you sip the wine, a strange emptiness creeps in. A quiet whisper that this isn't enough, that the bliss you sought is slipping through your fingers like sand. The harder you grasp for this perfect moment, the more it fades, leaving you restless, unsatisfied, hollow. This is the hedonism paradox, a psychological conundrum that reveals a cruel twist. The relentless pursuit of pleasure often breeds discontent, while embracing life's struggles can bring unexpected peace. Why does chasing happiness sabotage the very joy we seek? As you settle into the soothing rhythm of this video, let's linger on this sunlit shore, letting the paradox's gentle mystery unfold like a tide in the night, guiding your mind toward a restful, contemplative sleep. This isn't just a fleeting disappointment, it's a profound riddle that pierces the heart of human desire, a paradox that's haunted philosophers and psychologists for centuries. Picture yourself on that beach, the wine glass cool against your palm, the sunset's glow a fleeting gift. You've orchestrated this moment to be the peak of happiness, a reward for your efforts, a slice of paradise carved from the chaos of life. You've worked overtime to afford this trip, planned every detail, the hotel, the playlist, the perfect meal, because you believe joy is a destination, a prize to be won through pursuit. But as the sun dips below the horizon, a shadow falls across your heart. The wine tastes flat, the music feels repetitive, and a nagging thought surfaces. Is this it? You've chased this moment, yet it's not the ecstasy you imagined. The paradox of hedonism, sometimes called the pleasure paradox, tells us that the more we seek happiness directly, the more it eludes us. A truth that's as unnerving as it is universal. It's a trap woven into the fabric of our minds, a glitch that turns our deepest desires against us, leaving us to wander a maze where joy is always just out of reach. Let's step deeper onto the shore, the waves' rhythm a quiet pulse beneath your feet. The hedonism paradox has ancient roots, its seeds sown by philosophers like Epicurus in the 4th century BCE, who taught that true happiness comes not from chasing pleasure, but from minimizing pain and cultivating simple contentment. Epicurus warned that hedonistic pursuits, endless feasts, luxuries, thrills, often lead to dissatisfaction as desires grow insatiable. Fast forward to the 20th century, and psychologists like Viktor Frankl echoed this, arguing that happiness is a byproduct, not a goal. In his book, Man's Search for Meaning, Frankl, a Holocaust survivor, observed that those who sought meaning in suffering found resilience, while those fixated on pleasure often despaired. Modern research backs this up. A 2013 study by psychologist Iris Maus and colleagues found that people who prioritize happiness report lower life satisfaction, as their high expectations breed disappointment. It's like chasing a butterfly. The more you run after it, the faster it flutters away. But sit still, and it might land on your shoulder. Picture yourself setting the wine glass down, the sand warm beneath your fingers, the sunset fading into twilight. Why does this paradox grip us so tightly? The human brain is wired for desire. Its reward system, centered in the nucleus accumbens, lighting up with dopamine when we anticipate pleasure. This system drove our ancestors to seek food, shelter, and mates, ensuring survival. But in today's world, where pleasures are abundant, endless streaming shows, gourmet takeout, instant likes on social media, the system misfires. When you chase happiness, you set a mental benchmark, an idealized joy that reality rarely matches. The beach sunset, perfect on paper, falls short because your mind expects transcendence, not just beauty. This hedonic treadmill, a term coined by psychologists Philip Brickman and Donald Campbell, keeps you running, each pleasure raising the bar for the next, leaving you perpetually unsatisfied. It's as if joy is a horizon, always receding, no matter how fast you chase it. Take a moment. Let the waves' rhythm settle over you like a soft blanket. The paradox of hedonism isn't just about sunsets or wine. It's a mirror for modern life, where the pursuit of happiness is a cultural mantra. Advertisements promise bliss through products, a new phone, a luxury car, a tropical getaway. Yet studies show material gains rarely sustain joy. In a 2017 study, psychologist Sonia Lubomirsky found that extrinsic goals, like wealth or fame, correlate with lower well-being compared to intrinsic ones. Like relationships or growth, social media amplifies this, curating lives that seem perpetually happy. The paradox thrives in this environment, turning every choice, where to vacation, what to post, into a quest for perfect pleasure, only to leave you with a vague sense of emptiness. It's like sipping from a cup that's always half empty, no matter how much you pour. Let's linger on the beach, the stars now twinkling above, the music a distant echo. The paradox's mechanics are rooted in psychological processes that shape our emotions. When you pursue happiness, your brain engages in affective forecasting, predicting how a choice will feel. But we're terrible at this. Psychologist Daniel Gilbert's research shows we overestimate future joy, imagining a vacation will be pure bliss, ignoring the delays, bugs, or boredom. This misprediction fuels the paradox. The gap between expectation and reality breeds disappointment. Meanwhile, the brain's negativity bias, where bad experiences outweigh good, makes you dwell on flaws, the wine's aftertaste, the sand's grit, rather than the moment's beauty. It's a double trap, where your pursuit sets an impossible standard, and your mind fixates on what's missing, turning joy into a fleeting ghost. Imagine yourself lying back on the blanket, the sand cradling you, the stars a quiet audience. The paradox of hedonism has been explored across cultures and eras, from Epicurus's simple pleasures to Buddhist teachings on detachment, which warn that craving fuels suffering. In the 19th century, philosopher John Stuart Mill distinguished between higher pleasures, like art or love, and lower ones, like indulgence, suggesting the former bring deeper contentment. Modern psychology aligns with this. A 2015 study by Roy Baumeister found that meaning, through purpose, connection, or growth, outweighs pleasure in fostering well-being. The paradox's truth is that happiness isn't a destination you chase. It's a shadow cast by living well, a byproduct of moments you don't force. It's like a song you hear only when you stop searching for the notes. Let's explore what this paradox means for you, how it reshapes your pursuit of joy. If chasing happiness breeds misery, what does that say about your dreams, your desires? The paradox challenges the modern obsession with living your best life, a mantra that pushes you to optimize every moment, from your morning smoothie to your weekend plans. It's a trap that leaves you restless, always seeking the next high, never pausing to savor what's here. Yet, there's freedom in this truth, a quiet wisdom that points to a different path. Psychologists like Frankl suggest focusing on meaning, helping a friend, creating art, facing challenges lets happiness emerge naturally. It's a shift in focus, like looking at the stars instead of the horizon, finding beauty in the present rather than chasing a distant glow. Take a deep breath, Feel the beach's warmth fade into a gentle hum. The paradox of hedonism is unnerving because it reveals a flaw in our instincts, a glitch that makes us our own worst enemies. It's a reminder that joy can't be forced, that the harder you grasp, the more it slips away. Yet there's a soothing hope in this truth, a chance to let go, to embrace life's messiness, its pains, its struggles, its quiet moments, and find peace in the act of living. By seeking meaning over pleasure, you can step off the treadmill, trading pursuit for presence. It's like sitting on that beach, not chasing the perfect sunset, but letting its colors wash over you, flawed and fleeting, yet enough. Let's linger under the stars, the waves now a distant murmur in your mind. The debate around the paradox is rich, with psychologists like Mauss exploring how cultural pressures amplify the pursuit of happiness, and philosophers like Camus suggesting rebellion against the void brings joy. Critics argue some thrive on hedonistic pursuits, finding satisfaction in indulgence. Yet the paradox's core truth endures. Direct pursuit often fails, a puzzle that provokes and calms in equal measure. As you lie there, your body sinking into the mattress, let the paradox be a lullaby, its rhythm soothing your thoughts into a gentle haze. There's no need to chase joy tonight, or ever. It's enough to ponder it, to let its quiet mystery cradle your thoughts as you drift toward dreams. This tale of elusive happiness is just one light in the constellation of psychological paradoxes we're exploring tonight. Each will illuminate another facet of the mind, revealing the strange, unnerving truths that shape our reality. From the hedonism paradox, with its trap of chasing joy, we'll drift to a paradox where our memories betray us, rewriting the past we hold dear. Picture a childhood moment, vivid yet shifting, its edges blurred by time. Why do we trust the stories our minds tell? Close your eyes, let the beach's hum fade into the quiet flicker of a memory, and let's drift into the next mystery, where the past begins to unravel. The room is soft with shadows, the faint glow of a single lamp casting a warm circle on an old wooden table. You sit there, your fingers tracing the edges of a faded photograph, its corners worn from years of handling. It's a snapshot from a childhood birthday, your 7th, maybe 8th, the table piled with gifts, a cake aglow with candles, your younger self grinning under a paper crown. The memory floods back, vivid and warm, the laughter of friends, the sweet tang of frosting, the thrill of tearing open wrapping paper. But as you linger on the image, a quiet unease creeps in, a whisper of doubt that asks, how much of this is true? Did the day unfold exactly as you recall? Or has time painted over the details, adding colors that weren't there, erasing moments that were? This is the memory illusion, a psychological paradox that reveals a haunting truth. Our memories are not fixed records, but fragile reconstructions, reshaped by time, emotion, and imagination. Why do we trust the past when it's so malleable, so prone to betrayal? As you settle into the soothing rhythm of this video, let's drift into this faded photograph, letting the paradox's gentle mystery unfold like a dream in the night, guiding your mind toward a restful, contemplative sleep. This isn't just a fleeting doubt. It's a profound riddle that unravels the very foundation of your identity. A paradox that strikes at the heart of how you understand yourself and your life. Picture yourself holding that photograph, its image a portal to a moment you've carried for years, a piece of the story you call you. Your memories are the threads that weave your sense of self, the stories that tell you who you are, where you've been, what matters. That birthday, with its joy and chaos, feels like a cornerstone, a truth as solid as the ground beneath your feet. But the memory illusion, illuminated by decades of psychological research, suggests this truth is a mirage, a narrative your brain rewrites each time you revisit it. The details you cherish, the exact words of a song, the color of your best friend's shirt, the taste of that cake, may be inventions, patched together from fragments of reality and strokes of imagination. It's a paradox, because you rely on memory to anchor your past, yet it's a shifting sand, changing with every glance, leaving you to wonder what's real and what's a dream. Let's step closer to that photograph. The lamps glow a quiet hum against the night. The memory illusion was brought to light by psychologists like Elizabeth Loftus, whose pioneering work in the 1970s showed that memories are not snapshots, but reconstructions, rebuilt each time you recall them. When you think back to that birthday, your brain doesn't retrieve a perfect file from a mental archive. It pieces together fragments like a puzzle with missing pieces. The hippocampus, the brain's memory hub, pulls together sensory details, emotions, and context. But gaps are filled with assumptions or later experiences. Loftus's experiments, like planting false memories of childhood events, revealed how easily this process can be swayed. In one study, participants were convinced they'd been lost in a mall as kids, recalling vivid details of an event that never happened. It's like editing a movie. Each time you watch it, new scenes creep in, old ones fade, and the story shifts without you noticing. Picture yourself flipping through more photos, each one a memory that feels certain yet fragile. Why are memories so malleable? The brain's plasticity, its ability to adapt and learn, is the culprit. Each recall is an act of creation, influenced by your current mood, beliefs, or new information. If you're happy now, that birthday might seem brighter. If you're sad, it might feel bittersweet. External cues, like a friend's story or a family video, can reshape the memory, adding details you didn't experience. A 2015 study by Loftus and colleagues showed that suggestive questioning, like asking, "Was the cake chocolate?" can implant false details, making you swear it was chocolate when it was vanilla. It's as if your mind is a painter, retouching the canvas each time you look, blending truth with fiction until the lines blur. This malleability, while unsettling, is adaptive. It lets you update memories to fit new contexts, but it comes at a cost. The past you trust may be a story, not a fact. Take a moment. Let the lamp's warmth settle over you like a soft fog. The memory illusion isn't just a scientific curiosity, it's a mirror for your life, reflecting the fragility of the stories that define you. Think about a cherished memory, maybe your first love, a family holiday, or a moment of triumph. Now imagine its edges softening, its details shifting. Was the sky really that blue? Did you say those exact words? The paradox's unnerving truth is that the past you hold dear is a construct, a narrative your brain weaves to make sense of who you are. This fragility shapes every part of your life. Your relationships rely on shared memories, yet you and your partner may recall the same event differently, each version feeling true. Your sense of self, built on a lifetime of moments, wobbles if those moments are unreliable. It's like building a house on shifting sand. each storm reshaping the foundation, yet you live there, trusting it holds. Let's linger in the room, the photograph now a quiet challenge to your past. The memory illusion has deep roots, from ancient philosophers like Plato, who likened memory to a wax tablet, easily reshaped, to modern neuroscience, which maps the brain's role in recall. In the 19th century, Hermann Ebbinghaus studied memory's decay, showing how details fade over time, a curve of forgetting that haunts every recollection. Loftus's work in the 1970s revolutionized the field, revealing how eyewitness testimony, once considered ironclad, could be distorted by suggestion or stress. Her experiments, like those with car crash videos, showed that asking, "How fast was the car going when it smashed?" led to higher speed estimates than hit, planting false details. It's a discovery with real-world stakes. Wrongful convictions have hinged on faulty memories, a chilling reminder of the paradox's power. Imagine yourself setting the photograph down, its image fading into the shadows. The paradox's implications stretch beyond personal memory, touching society and justice. In courtrooms, memories are treated as truth, yet studies show up to 70% of wrongful convictions involve eyewitness errors. In families, conflicting memories spark arguments. Your sibling swears the birthday was in June. You say July, each certain. Social media amplifies this. With the room is soft with shadows, the faint glow of a single lamp casting a warm circle on an old wooden table. You sit there, your fingers tracing the edges of a faded photograph, its corners worn from years of handling. It's a snapshot from a childhood birthday, your 7th, maybe 8th. The table piled with gifts, a cake aglow with candles, your younger self grinning under a paper crown. A memory floods back, vivid and warm, the laughter of friends, the sweet tang of frosting, the thrill of tearing open wrapping paper. But as you linger on the image, a quiet unease creeps in, a whisper of doubt that asks, how much of this is true? Did the day unfold exactly as you recall? Or has time painted over the details, adding colors that weren't there, erasing moments that were? This is the memory illusion, a psychological paradox that reveals a haunting truth. Our memories are not fixed records, but fragile reconstructions, reshaped by time, emotion, and imagination. Why do we trust the past when it's so malleable, so prone to betrayal? As you settle into the soothing rhythm of this video, let's drift into this faded photograph, letting the paradox's gentle mystery unfold like a dream in the night, guiding your mind toward a restful, contemplative sleep. This isn't just a fleeting doubt. It's a profound riddle that unravels the very foundation of your identity, a paradox that strikes at the heart of how you understand yourself and your life. Picture yourself holding that photograph, its image a portal to a moment you've carried for years, a piece of the story you call you. Your memories are the threads that weave your sense of self, the stories that tell you who you are, where you've been, what matters. That birthday, with its joy and chaos, feels like a cornerstone, a truth as solid as the ground beneath your feet. But the memory illusion, illuminated by decades of psychological research, suggests this truth is a mirage, a narrative your brain rewrites each time you revisit it. The details you cherish, the exact words of a song, the color of your best friend's shirt, the taste of that cake may be inventions, patched together from fragments of reality and strokes of imagination. It's a paradox because you rely on memory to anchor your past, yet it's a shifting sand, changing with every glance, leaving you to wonder what's real and what's a dream? Let's step closer to that photograph. The lamp's glow, a quiet hum against the night. The memory illusion was brought to light by psychologists like Elizabeth Loftus, whose pioneering work in the 1970s showed that memories are not snapshots, but reconstructions, rebuilt each time you recall them. When you think back to that birthday, your brain doesn't retrieve a perfect file from a mental archive. It pieces together fragments, like a puzzle with missing pieces. The hippocampus, the brain's memory hub, pulls together sensory details, emotions, and context. But gaps are filled with assumptions or later experiences. Loftus's experiments, like planting false memories of childhood events, revealed how easily this process can be swayed. In one study, participants were convinced they'd been lost in a mall as kids, recalling vivid details of an event that never happened. It's like editing a movie each time you watch it. New scenes creep in, old ones fade, and the story shifts without you noticing. Picture yourself flipping through more photos, each one a memory that feels certain yet fragile. Why are memories so malleable? The brain's plasticity, its ability to adapt and learn, is the culprit. Each recall is an act of creation, influenced by your current mood, beliefs, or new information. If you're happy now, that birthday might seem brighter. If you're sad, it might feel bittersweet. External cues, like a friend's story or a family video, can reshape the memory, adding details you didn't experience. A 2015 study by Loftus and colleagues showed that suggestive questioning, like asking, "Was the cake chocolate?" can implant false details, making you swear it was chocolate when it was vanilla. It's as if your mind is a painter, retouching the canvas each time you look, blending truth with fiction until the lines blur. This malleability, while unsettling, is adaptive. It lets you update memories to fit new contexts, but it comes at a cost. The past you trust may be a story, not a fact. Take a moment. Let the lamp's warmth settle over you like a soft fog. The memory illusion isn't just a scientific curiosity, it's a mirror for your life, reflecting the fragility of the stories that define you. Think about a cherished memory, maybe your first love, a family holiday, or a moment of triumph. Now imagine its edges softening, its details shifting. Was the sky really that blue? Did you say those exact words? The paradox's unnerving truth is that the past you hold dear is a construct, a narrative your brain weaves to make sense of who you are. This fragility shapes every part of your life. Your relationships rely on shared memories, yet you and your partner may recall the same event differently, each version feeling true. Your sense of self, built on a lifetime of moments, wobbles if those moments are unreliable. It's like building a house on shifting sand, each storm reshaping the foundation, yet you live there, trusting it holds. Let's linger in the room, the photograph now a quiet challenge to your past. The memory illusion has deep roots, from ancient philosophers like Plato, who likened memory to a wax tablet, easily reshaped, to modern neuroscience, which maps the brain's role in recall. In the 19th century, Hermann Ebbinghaus studied memory's decay, showing how details fade over time, a curve of forgetting that haunts every recollection. Loftus's work in the 1970s revolutionized the field, revealing how eyewitness testimony, once considered ironclad, could be distorted by suggestion or stress. Her experiments, like those with car crash videos, showed that asking, "How fast was the car going when it smashed?" led to higher speed estimates than hit, planting false details. It's a discovery with real-world stakes. Wrongful convictions have hinged on faulty memories, a chilling reminder of the paradox's power. Imagine yourself setting the photograph down, its image fading into the shadows. The paradox's implications stretch beyond personal memory, touching society and justice. In courtrooms, memories are treated as truth, yet studies show up to 70% of wrongful convictions involve eyewitness errors. In families, conflicting memories spark arguments. Your sibling swears the birthday was in June. You say July, each certain. Social media amplifies this, with curated posts shaping collective memory, blending fact and fiction. A 2018 study in Nature found that false information spreads faster online, as it's emotionally charged, reshaping shared narratives. The paradox reveals a call. It's as if the past is a dream we all share, each version slightly different, each one slipping away. Let's explore what this paradox means for you, how it reshapes your relationship with the past. If memories are unreliable, what anchors your sense of self? It's a haunting thought, knowing the stories you've built your identity on, your triumphs, your pains, your loves, might be partly fiction, reshaped by the brushstrokes of time. Yet, there's a strange liberation in this fragility. If memories are malleable, you're not bound by the past. You can reframe it, soften old wounds, or find new meaning in faded moments. Psychologists like Daniel Schachter suggest this malleability is a feature, not a flaw. It lets you adapt, learn, and grow, like a book you can revise with each reading. But the paradox's sting remains. You trust these stories to define you, yet they shift beneath your feet, leaving you to wonder who you are when the pages blur. Picture yourself standing in that room. The lamp's glow now a faint ember. The photograph a relic of a past you can't fully trust. The memory illusion's implications ripple through every corner of your life. In relationships, you rely on shared memories to bond, yet you and a friend might recall a conversation differently, each version feeling like the truth. This discrepancy can spark conflict. Whose memory is right? In therapy, you unpack childhood events to heal. But what if those events are distorted, half-invented? Even your daily choices rest on memory. Deciding to trust someone, avoid a food, or revisit a place, all hinge on a past that's less certain than you think. It's like navigating a map where let's explore the paradox's deeper currents. The room now a quiet sanctuary in the night. The memory illusion doesn't just unsettle, it reshapes how you see the world. If the past is unreliable, what does that mean for history, for the stories we tell as a society? Collective memories, wars, triumphs, tragedies are shaped by records. But those records are filtered through human minds, each one prone to distortion. A 2019 study by psychologists Charles Stone and William Hurst found that shared memories, like national events, evolve through social contagion, where one person's version influences others, blending fact with myth. It's a reminder that history, like your birthday memory, is a narrative, not a photograph, rewritten by those who tell it. This fragility fuels debates over truth, from courtroom battles to political narratives, where competing memories vie for dominance, each claiming to be the real past. Imagine yourself flipping through a mental album, each memory a page that is. The paradox's psychological roots lie in the brain's architecture, a marvel of adaptation and error. The hippocampus, your memory's librarian, stores fragments, sights, sounds, feelings, but doesn't keep them pristine. Each recall rewires these fragments, influenced by the prefrontal cortex, which adds context or emotion. This process, studied by neuroscientists like Kareem Nader, can alter memories, making them vivid but inaccurate. Stress, sleep, even suggestion can reshape them. Watching a movie might blend its scenes into your childhood, or a therapist's question might plant a detail that feels real. It's as if your mind is a storyteller, crafting a tale that feels true, even when the facts drift away. Let's linger in the room, the photograph now a silent challenge to your history. The memory illusion's implications touch philosophy, echoing ancient questions about reality and self. Buddhist teachings, which view the self as transient, align with the paradox, suggesting memories are fleeting. Philosophers like John Locke tied identity to memory, arguing you are your recollections, but if those recollections shift, who are you? This question, explored by thinkers like Derek Parfit, suggests identity is a continuity, not a fixed truth, a chain of moments linked by the mind's narrative. It's a haunting idea, like realizing the book of your life has pages that rewrite themselves. Yet you read on, trusting the story holds meaning. Let's step back. The lamp's light, now a faint glow in your mind. The paradox also has practical stakes, shaping how you live and connect. In relationships, you navigate misunderstandings, born of mismatched memories. Your partner recalls a fight one way, you another. Each version a truth you defend. In education, you rely on memory to learn, yet forgetting and distortion challenge your progress. In mental health, therapies like cognitive restructuring use memory's malleability to heal, reframing traumatic events to ease pain. A 2020 study by psychologist Allison Harvey showed that guided recall can reshape memories, reducing anxiety, a hopeful flip to the paradox's darkness. It's like repainting a canvas, softening harsh lines to find peace, a reminder that memory's flaws can be a gift, not just a curse. Let's explore what this paradox means for you, how it reshapes your bond with the past. If memories are illusions, what anchors your identity? It's a chilling thought, knowing the moments you cherish, your first kiss, your proudest day, might be half-dreamed, their edges blurred by time. Yet, there's a quiet freedom in this truth. You're not chained to a fixed past. You can choose which stories to tell, which moments to let define you. Psychologists like Lisa Feldman Barrett suggest you construct your reality, including your memories, giving you power to reshape pain into growth. It's like being the author of your own novel, editing chapters to find meaning, even if the ink smudges. This paradox, unnerving in its betrayal, offers a path to peace. Let go of the need for a perfect past and embrace the stories that shape you now. Take a deep breath. Feel the room's silence wrap around you like a soft veil. The memory illusion is a paradox because it reveals a flaw in the mind's foundation, a glitch that makes the past a dream you can't fully trust. It's a reminder that memory, like life, is fluid, not fixed, a river that shifts with every ripple. Yet, there's a soothing wisdom in this truth, a chance to release the weight of old stories, to live in the present where memories are felt, not judged. By accepting their imperfection, you can find peace in the act of remembering, letting each moment shine, flawed and fleeting. It's like holding that photograph, not as truth, but as a light in the dark, guiding you forward. Let's linger in the shadowed room. The photograph now a quiet echo of a past you half know. The debate around the memory illusion is vibrant, with neuroscientists like Schachter mapping its mechanisms, and psychologists like Loftus exploring its legal stakes. Critics argue that memory's malleability varies. Some details, like trauma, stick vividly, while others fade. Yet the paradox's core truth endures. The past is a story we rewrite, a puzzle that provokes and calms in equal measure. As you lie there, your body sinking into the mattress, let the paradox be a lullaby, its rhythm soothing your thoughts into a gentle haze. There's no need to pin down the past tonight or ever. It's enough to ponder it, to let its quiet mystery cradle your thoughts as you drift toward dreams. This tale of a shifting past is just one light in the constellation of psychological paradoxes we're exploring tonight. Each will illuminate another facet of the mind, revealing the strange, unnerving truths that shape our reality. From the memory illusion, with its betrayal of the past, we'll drift to a paradox where our sense of control is a lie, a fragile illusion that crumbles under scrutiny. Picture rolling dice, convinced your lucky shake will win, only to face the chaos of chance. Why do we believe we master fate? Close your eyes. Let the photograph's glow fade into the quiet clatter of dice, and let's drift into the next mystery, where control begins to slip. The casino's lights flicker around you, a kaleidoscope of neon and shadow, the air thick with the clink of coins and the hum of anticipation. You stand at a craps table, a pair of dice in your hand, their weight a quiet promise of fortune. You shake them, whispering a lucky charm, feeling the thrill of control as you prepare to roll. The crowd leans in, their eyes on you, and for a moment, you believe, truly believe, that your shake, your aim, your will can bend the odds, turning chance into destiny. You release the dice, watching them tumble across the green felt, but they land wrong, a losing roll, and the crowd sighs, moving on. Why did you feel so certain, so powerful, when the outcome was pure luck? This is the illusion of control, a psychological paradox that reveals a haunting truth. We overestimate our influence over random events, clinging to a false sense of mastery in a world ruled by chance. Why do we believe we can command the chaos of fate? As you settle into the soothing rhythm of this video, let's linger at this noisy table, letting the paradox's gentle mystery unfold like a whisper in the dark, guiding your mind toward a restful, contemplative sleep. This isn't just a gambler's folly. It's a profound riddle that exposes a glitch in the human mind, a distortion that shapes how we navigate an unpredictable world. Picture yourself in that casino, the dice now cold in your palm, the sting of the loss fading into a quiet unease. You shake them again, convinced that this time, your ritual, your focus, will make the difference. It's a feeling as old as humanity, a belief that your actions can tame the whims of chance. Whether it's rolling dice, picking a lottery number, or crossing your fingers for good weather, you cling to the idea that you hold the reins, that your choices matter more than they do. The illusion of control, first explored by psychologist Ellen Langer in the 1970s, shows that we're wired to see patterns in chaos, to project agency onto events that are random, unyielding. It's a paradox because control is the cornerstone of your sense of self, the belief that you shape your life. Yet this belief often betrays you, leaving you grasping at shadows in a world that spins beyond your reach. Let's step closer to the table. The casino's din, a quiet hum in the background. The illusion of control was crystallized by Langer's groundbreaking experiments, which revealed how deeply we overestimate our influence. In one 1975 study, she gave participants lottery tickets. Some chose their numbers, others were assigned them. Those who chose felt more confident of winning, even though the odds were identical. The act of choosing, a small assertion of agency, created a false sense of power. Other experiments showed similar effects. People betting on coin tosses felt luckier with familiar rituals, like tossing the coin themselves, despite the outcome being pure chance. It's like believing your chant can summon rain, or your lucky socks can sway a game. The brain, hungry for order, weaves a story of control where none exists. This illusion thrives on cues like choice, familiarity, or skill, tricking you into thinking you're the master of fate. Picture yourself rolling the dice again. The felt, a green sea beneath your fingers. The crowd's murmur, a distant echo. Why does this illusion grip us so tightly? The brain is a pattern-seeking machine, evolved to find cause and effect in a chaotic world. Psychologists like Daniel Kahneman describe this as a survival trait. Our ancestors needed to link actions to outcomes, like throwing a spear to catch prey, to thrive. The prefrontal cortex, your brain's planner, loves predictability, spinning narratives that tie your actions to results. But in a modern world of randomness, lotteries, stock markets, weather, this wiring misfires. The amygdala, your fear center, amplifies the need for control, making uncertainty feel. When you roll those dice, your brain ignores the math. Each outcome has equal odds and focuses on your ritual, your shake, as if it tips the scales. It's as if your mind is a storyteller, crafting a tale of power to shield you from the void of chance. Take a moment. Let the casino's hum settle over you like a soft fog. The illusion of control isn't just about gambling. It's a mirror for your life, reflecting how you navigate a world of uncertainty. Think about your daily rituals. Knocking on wood to ward off bad luck, checking the weather app obsessively before a trip, or rehearsing a speech to ensure it lands well. These acts, small and human, give you a sense of mastery, a shield against chaos. Yet, studies show they often fail. Psychologist Stuart Vise's research on superstitions reveals that rituals boost confidence, but rarely change outcomes. In a 2010 study, participants who performed lucky actions, like crossing fingers, felt more optimistic about tasks, but their performance didn't improve. It's a paradox because these illusions comfort you, yet they trap you, tethering your peace to a control you don't have. Let's linger at the table, the dice now a quiet weight in your hand, the neon lights fading into shadow. The paradox's implications stretch across your life, shaping your decisions, your emotions, your sense of self. In relationships, you might cling to routines, texting at certain times, planning perfect dates to control love, only to feel helpless when it shifts. In work, you micromanage tasks, believing your effort guarantees success, yet markets crash or projects fail. In health, you follow diets or workouts, convinced they'll shield you, but illness strikes anyway. A 2018 study in Personality and Social Psychology Bulletin found that people who overestimate control report higher stress when outcomes falter. It's like building a castle on a fault line, each tremor exposing its fragility. Yet you fortify it, trusting it will stand. Imagine yourself stepping back from the table, the crowd's noise a distant murmur, the dice left behind. The illusion of control has deep roots, from ancient rituals to modern psychology. Early humans danced for rain, believing their steps swayed the heavens, a precursor to today's superstitions. In the 20th century, behaviorist B.F. Skinner showed pigeons developing superstitious behaviors, like pecking patterns, when fed randomly, as if they controlled the reward. Langer's work in the 1970s brought this to humans, showing how cues, choice, familiarity, competition fuel the illusion. Her studies, like those with office workers betting on random draws, revealed that even skilled people attribute luck to ability. It's a universal trait, amplified by culture. Western individualism emphasizes personal agency, making the illusion stronger, while collectivist society. Let's explore what this paradox means for you, how it reshapes your dance with chance. If you overestimate control, what does that say about your choices, your fears? The paradox challenges your sense of agency, suggesting that much of life, love, success, health, slips beyond your grasp, governed by forces you can't tame. It's a chilling thought, like realizing the dice are loaded, yet you roll anyway. But there's a quiet wisdom in this truth, a chance to find peace by letting go. Psychologists like Julian Rotter distinguish between internal and external loci of control, believing you shape outcomes versus accepting chance. A balanced locus, studies show, reduces anxiety, letting you act without clinging to results. It's like rolling the dice not to win, but to play, savoring the toss without fearing the fall. Take a deep breath, feel the casino's hum fade into a gentle warmth. The illusion of control is a paradox because it reveals a flaw in your mind's wiring, a glitch that makes you see power where there's only chance. It's a reminder that life is a game of odds, not mastery. Yet your belief in control can both trap and comfort you. By embracing uncertainty, you can loosen its grip, finding peace in the chaos, like a sailor trusting the wind without needing to steer it. This wisdom, drawn from psychology and philosophy, is a lullaby for the restless mind, a soft light guiding you through the night's shadows. As you lie there, your body sinking into the mattress, let the paradox be a guide, a whisper that you don't need to control the stars to sleep beneath them. Let's linger in the darkened room, the casino now a silent memory, the dice a forgotten weight. The debate around the illusion of control is vibrant, with psychologists like Daniel Wegner exploring how the brain constructs agency, and neuroscientists like David Eagleman mapping its neural roots. Critics argue the illusion varies. Some thrive on perceived control, others embrace fate. But its core truth endures. We see power where none exists, a puzzle that provokes and soothes in equal measure. There's no need to master chance tonight or ever. It's enough to ponder it, to let its quiet mystery cradle your thoughts as you drift toward dreams. This tale of false mastery is just one light in the constellation of psychological paradoxes we're exploring tonight. Each will illuminate another facet of the mind, revealing the strange, unnerving truths that shape our reality. From the illusion of control, with its mirage of power, we'll drift to a paradox where our pursuit of perfection traps us in a cycle of misery. Picture crafting a flawless moment, only to find it crumbling under scrutiny. Why does striving for the best betray us? Close your eyes. Let the casino's hum fade into the quiet pressure of a perfect ideal. And let's drift into the next mystery, where perfection begins to bind. The desk is cluttered with papers, each one a canvas of notes and sketches. The glow of a laptop screen casting a pale light across the room. You sit hunched over, your fingers hovering over the keyboard, eyes scanning a document you've revised a dozen times. It's a project, a presentation, a story, a piece of art that's consumed your days and nights, every word, every line, every detail polished to a sheen you hope is flawless. You tweak a sentence, adjust a font, erase and rewrite, chasing a vision of perfection that dances just out of reach. Yet with each change, a quiet unease grows, a whisper that it's still not enough, that a flaw lurks unseen, ready to unravel your work. The clock ticks past midnight, your eyes heavy, but you can't stop, driven by a need to make it perfect, to prove your worth through faultless execution. This is the perfectionism paradox, a psychological trap that reveals a cruel truth. Striving for flawlessness often breeds failure, anxiety, and despair, not the success you crave. Why does the pursuit of perfection, so noble in its aim, sabotage the very excellence it seeks? As you settle into the soothing rhythm of this video, let's linger at this cluttered desk, letting the paradox's gentle mystery unfold like a shadow in the night, guiding your mind toward a restful, contemplative sleep. This isn't just a personal struggle. It's a profound riddle that exposes a glitch in the human psyche, a distortion that turns ambition into anguish. Picture yourself at that desk, the laptop's hum a quiet companion, the weight of your task pressing down like an unseen fog. You want this project to be perfect, not just good, but a masterpiece that reflects your best self, a testament to your skill, your dedication, your value. You've poured hours into it, sacrificing sleep, leisure, even moments with loved ones, because perfection feels like a promise. Achieve it, and you'll be enough, admired, complete. But as you refine and revise, the goal shifts, the standard rises, and flaws, real or imagined, multiply like cracks in a mirror. The perfectionism paradox, illuminated by psychologists like Thomas Curran and Andrew Hill, shows that this relentless drive, meant to lift you, often drags you down, leaving you paralyzed, exhausted, and haunted by an ideal you can't attain. It's a paradox because perfection is the pinnacle of aspiration, yet chasing it traps you in a cycle of self-doubt, a maze where every step forward feels like a stumble. Let's step closer to the desk, the papers rustling softly. The screens glow, a quiet challenge. The perfectionism paradox has been studied extensively, its roots traced to the interplay of personality, culture, and cognition. Psychologists define perfectionism as a trait where individuals set unrealistically high standards, coupled with harsh self-criticism when those standards aren't met. In a 2016 study, Curran and Hill found that perfectionism has risen sharply in recent decades, driven by societal pressures, social media, academic competition, and workplace demands that equate worth with flawless performance. Their research showed that perfectionists are prone to anxiety, depression, and burnout, as their pursuit of the unattainable fuels stress. It's like polishing a gem to a mirror finish, only to see more scratches with every swipe, each one a mark of failure in your eyes. The brain's prefrontal cortex, responsible for planning and judgment, fixates on flaws, while the amygdala, your fear center, amplifies the sting of imperfection, turning every mistake into a threat. Picked. Why does this paradox grip us so tightly? The human brain is wired for improvement, a trait that drove our ancestors to hone tools, refine skills, and survive. Evolutionary psychologists like David Buss suggest this drive for excellence boosted fitness, ensuring better shelters, hunts, and alliances. But in a modern world of infinite benchmarks, perfect Instagram posts, top-tier resumes, viral content, the brain misfires. Perfectionism thrives on comparison, fueled by a culture that glorifies the flawless. A 2019 study in Psychological Bulletin found that social media amplifies perfectionist tendencies as users compare their messy lives to curated ideals, feeling inadequate against airbrushed standards. It's as if your mind is a judge, holding you to a standard no one can meet, punishing you for being human. Take a moment, let the laptop's hum settle over you like a soft veil. The perfectionism paradox isn't just about projects, it's a mirror for your life, reflecting how you chase ideal. Think about your last attempt to be perfect, crafting a flawless email, nailing a workout routine, or hosting a picture-perfect dinner. Each pursuit promised satisfaction, yet left you drained, the joy of creation drowned by fear of failure. Studies show perfectionists often procrastinate, paralyzed by the dread of imperfection. Psychologist Fuchsia Sorois found that perfectionism correlates with delayed action, as the fear of mistakes stalls progress. In relationships, you might strive to be the perfect partner, hiding flaws to keep love, only to feel inauthentic, disconnected. In self-image, you chase a perfect body or mind, only to feel further from peace. It's like running a race where the finish line keeps moving, each step heavier than the last. Let's linger at the desk, the papers now a quiet testament to your efforts, the screen a silent judge. The paradox's implications stretch across your life, shaping your emotions, your relationships, your dreams. Perfectionism isn't just. When you demand flawlessness, you set a trap. Every achievement falls short. Every success feels hollow. A 2021 study by psychologist Gordon Flett showed that perfectionists report lower life satisfaction, as their self-worth hinges on impossible goals. This cycle fuels anxiety. Your brain's stress response, driven by cortisol, spikes when you spot a flaw, turning minor errors into crises. It's as if you're a sculptor, chiseling a statue that's never complete. Each chip a reminder of what's missing, not what you've created. Imagine yourself closing the laptop, the screen fading to black, the room silent except for your breath. The perfectionism paradox has deep roots, from ancient philosophies to modern psychology. Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius, urged moderation, warning against chasing unattainable ideals, while Renaissance artists like Michelangelo wrestled with perfection's pull, leaving works unfinished in pursuit of the divine. In the 20th century, psychologist Karen Horney described modern research like Curran's 2018 meta-analysis links perfectionism to societal shifts. Globalization, meritocracy, and digital culture create a perfect storm, pushing you to compete endlessly. It's like living in a gallery where every painting is judged, and yours is never quite right. Let's explore what this paradox means for you, how it reshapes your pursuit of excellence. If perfectionism breeds misery, what does that say about your goals, your worth? The paradox challenges your belief that flawless is best, suggesting that striving for the unattainable steals your peace. It's a chilling thought, like realizing the masterpiece you're crafting is a prison, each brushstroke a chain. Yet there's a quiet wisdom in this truth, a chance to break free. Psychologists like Carol Dweck advocate a growth mindset, valuing effort over outcome, seeing mistakes as steps, not failures. A 2020 study by Andrew Hill found that adaptive perfectionism, high standards without harsh self-criticism, it's like sculpting with patience, cherishing the statue's flaws as part of its beauty, not its ruin. Take a deep breath. Feel the room's silence wrap around you like a soft blanket. The perfectionism paradox is unnerving because it reveals a flaw in your drive, a glitch that makes ambition your enemy. It's a reminder that perfection is a myth, a shadow you chase at the cost of joy. Yet there's a soothing hope in this truth, a chance to embrace imperfection, to find peace in good enough. By setting realistic goals, celebrating progress, and silencing your inner critic, you can step off the treadmill, trading pursuit for presence. It's like closing that laptop, not because the project is perfect, but because it's yours, flawed and human, yet whole. Let's linger in the darkened room, the desk now a silent relic of your efforts, the screen a forgotten judge. The debate around the perfectionism paradox is vibrant, with psychologists like Paul Hewitt exploring its links to mental health, and sociologists like Thomas Curran tying it to cultural pressures. Critics argue some thrive on high standards, finding joy in pursuit, but the paradox's core truth endures. Perfectionism often traps, a puzzle that provokes and calms in equal measure. As you lie there, your body sinking into the mattress, let the paradox be a lullaby, its rhythm soothing your thoughts into a gentle haze. There's no need to perfect the world tonight, or ever. It's enough to ponder it, to let its quiet mystery cradle your thoughts as you drift toward dreams. This tale of a flawless trap is just one light in the constellation of psychological paradoxes we're exploring tonight. Each will illuminate another facet of the mind, revealing the strange, unnerving truths that shape our reality. From the perfectionism paradox, with its cycle of unattainable ideals, we'll drift to a paradox where our fear of loss distorts our choices, pulling us away from what we want. Picture holding a treasure, terrified to lose it, yet unable to gain more. Why does loss loom so large? Close your eyes, let the desk's hum fade into the quiet weight of a guided heart, and let's drift into the next mystery, where fear begins to bind. The night is still. The only sound, the soft rustle of leaves outside your window, stirred by a gentle breeze. You sit at a small wooden table, a crisp $100 bill in your hand, its edges sharp against your fingers. You imagine the things it could buy: a nice dinner, a new book, a moment of joy. But then, in a fleeting lapse, it slips from your grasp, carried away by the wind, lost to the dark. The sting of that loss cuts deep, a pang that lingers like a bruise, sharp and raw. Now picture finding another $100 bill on the sidewalk, its green surface glinting under a street lamp. The thrill is there, a spark of delight, but it's softer, fleeting, nowhere near the weight of the loss. Why does the pain of losing feel so much heavier than the joy of gaining? This is the loss aversion paradox, a psychological riddle that reveals a haunting truth. We fear losses far more than we value equivalent gains, a distortion that skews our choices and traps us in a cycle of caution. Why does loss loom larger than gain, pulling us away from what we might achieve? As you settle into the soothing rhythm of this video, let's linger in this quiet room, letting the paradox's gentle mystery unfold like a shadow in the night, guiding your mind toward a restful, contemplative sleep. This isn't just a quirk of emotion. It's a profound paradox that exposes a glitch in the human mind, a bias that shapes every decision you make, from the mundane to the monumental. Picture yourself holding that $100 bill again, its value a promise of possibility. Losing it feels like a theft, a wound that stings with regret, while finding one feels like a lucky break. Pleasant, but not transformative. The loss aversion paradox. First articulated by psychologists Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky in the late 1970s, shows that losses carry about twice the emotional weight of gains. If you lose $100, the pain is sharp, visceral. Gaining $100 brings joy, but it's muted, less intense. This imbalance isn't just about money, it's about everything you value: love, time, dreams. The paradox is unnerving because it reveals how your fear of loss, meant to protect you, can hold you back, tethering you to safety when you might soar. It's a trap woven into your psyche, a shadow that follows every choice, whispering caution when you yearn to leap. Let's step closer to the table. The $100 bill, now a quiet symbol in the lamplight. The loss aversion paradox emerged from Kahneman and Tversky's prospect theory, a groundbreaking framework that revolutionized how we understand decision-making. In their 1979 study, they presented participants with hypothetical scenarios. Would you take a gamble with a 50% chance of winning $100 or losing $100? Most refused, preferring to avoid the risk, even though the expected value was neutral. To make the gamble appealing, the gain had to be around $200 to outweigh the $100 loss. This asymmetry, confirmed in countless experiments, shows that your brain processes losses more intensely than gains. The amygdala, your brain's fear center, lights up when you face loss, triggering a stress response that dwarfs the reward system's dopamine spark for gains. It's like a scale tipped toward pain, where losing a single coin feels heavier than finding two. Picture yourself tucking the bill into your pocket, its presence a fleeting comfort, the breeze outside a quiet reminder of its fragility. Why does loss aversion grip us so tightly? Evolutionary psychology offers a clue. Our ancestors faced a world where loss was often catastrophic. Losing food meant starvation. Losing shelter meant exposure. Losing status meant exclusion. The brain's negativity bias, studied by psychologist John Cacioppo, evolved to prioritize threats, making losses feel like alarms, urgent and unignorable. In a 1998 study, Cacioppo found that negative stimuli, like a snake or a scowl, elicit stronger neural responses than positive ones, like a flower or a smile. This bias makes sense in a survival context, but in modern life, it misfires. Losing $100 won't kill you, yet your brain reacts as if it might, flooding you with regret, while gaining $100 feels like a nice bonus. It's as if your mind is a guard, watching for danger, blind to the treasures at its feet. Take a moment. Let the room's silence settle over you like a soft fog. The loss aversion paradox isn't just about money. It's a mirror for your life, reflecting how fear of loss shapes your choices. Think about the last time you hesitated. Staying in a job you disliked because leaving felt risky? Clinging to a fading relationship to avoid loneliness? Or keeping clutter because letting go felt like losing part of yourself? These are loss aversion's fingerprints, subtle yet pervasive. A 2015 study by economist Richard Thaler showed that people hold losing stocks longer than winning ones, hoping to avoid the pain of a realized loss, even when it's irrational. In relationships, you might tolerate unhappiness to avoid the grief of a breakup. As psychologist Carol Rusbolt found in her 1980s research on commitment, it's like clutching a burning ember, afraid to drop it because the heat is familiar, even as it scars. Let's linger in the room, the $100 bill now a quiet relic on the table, the breeze a distant murmur. The paradox's implications stretch across your life, warping your decisions, your emotions, your dreams. Loss aversion doesn't just skew choices, it fuels a mindset of scarcity where you guard what you have, even at the cost of growth. In a 2017 study in Journal of Behavioral Decision-Making, participants rejected fair deals, like splitting $10 for $4, because losing $6 felt worse than gaining $4. This bias drives conservatism, from financial markets to personal risks, keeping you tethered to the status quo. It's a paradox because your fear of loss, meant to protect, becomes a chain, holding you back from opportunities that could outweigh the risk. You avoid the new job, the bold move, the honest talk, not because you can't, but because the potential loss looms larger than the gain. Imagine yourself stepping away from the table, the bill left behind, the room now bathed in moonlight. The loss aversion paradox has deep roots, from ancient survival instincts to modern behavioral economics. In the 18th century, philosopher David Hume noted humans' aversion to loss, a precursor to Kahneman and Tversky's work. Their 1979 paper, Prospect Theory, an analysis of decision under risk, was a seismic shift, earning Kahneman a 2002 Nobel Prize. Tversky, deceased, shared credit posthumously. Their experiments, like those with gambles or hypothetical losses, revealed loss aversion's universality, cutting across cultures and contexts. Neuroscientists like Antonio Rangel, using fMRI, later showed that loss activates the brain's pain circuits, while gains spark milder reward responses. It's like a wiring flaw, where the sting of losing $1. Let's explore what this paradox means for you, how it reshapes your dance with risk and reward. If fear of loss distorts your choices, what does that say about your dreams, your courage? The paradox challenges your belief that rationality guides you, revealing a mind swayed by emotion, not logic. It's a chilling thought, like realizing the compass you trust points to fear, not north. Yet there's a quiet wisdom in this truth, a chance to recalibrate. Psychologists like Daniel Gilbert suggest reframing losses, see them as lessons, not wounds, to reduce their grip. A 2019 study by Laurie Santos found that practicing gratitude shifts focus to gains, softening loss aversion's sting. It's like opening your hand, letting the bill fly, and trusting the wind might bring something better, even if it hurts to let go. Take a deep breath, feel the moonlight's glow wrap around you like a soft veil. The loss aversion paradox is unnerving, because it exposes a flaw in your instincts, a glitch that makes loss a tyrant over gain. It's a reminder that your choices are shaped by fear, not just reason. Yet this fear can be tamed. By embracing risk, weighing gains as boldly as losses, you can break the cycle, finding peace in uncertainty. This wisdom, drawn from psychology and economics, is a lullaby for the restless mind, a soft light guiding you through the night's shadows. As you lie there, your body sinking into the mattress, let the paradox be a guide, a whisper that you don't need to guard every treasure to find joy. Let's linger in the moonlit room, the $100 bill now a silent memory, the breeze a forgotten sigh. The debate around loss aversion is vibrant, with economists like Thaler exploring its economic impacts, and psychologists like Kahneman linking it to broader biases. Critics argue its effects vary. Some embrace risk, undeterred by loss, but the paradox's core truth endures. Fear skews choice. a puzzle that provokes and soothes in equal measure. There's no need to fear loss tonight, or ever. It's enough to ponder it, to let its quiet mystery cradle your thoughts as you drift toward dreams. This tale of loss's heavy shadow is just one light in the constellation of psychological paradoxes we're exploring tonight. Each will illuminate another facet of the mind, revealing the strange, unnerving truths that shape our reality. From the loss aversion paradox, with its grip of fear, we'll drift to a paradox where our sense of fairness leads us to sacrifice, even when it hurts. Picture splitting a prize with a stranger, rejecting an unfair deal at your own cost. Why do we punish injustice, even to our detriment? Close your eyes. Let the moonlight's hum fade into the quiet tension of a shared bargain, and let's drift into the next mystery, where fairness begins to bind. The room is quiet, lit only by the faint glow of a single bulb hanging overhead, casting long shadows across a plain wooden table. You sit across from a stranger, their face half hidden in the dim light, their eyes unreadable. On the table lies a stack of crisp dollar bills, $100 in total, a small fortune in this hushed moment. The rules are simple. They propose how to split the money, and you decide whether to accept or reject the offer. If you accept, you both take your shares. If you reject, neither gets anything. They lean forward, their voice steady, and offer you $10, keeping $90 for themselves. The math is clear. $10 is better than nothing, a gain you'd pocket in any rational deal. Yet a fire sparks in your chest, a surge of indignation that screams this isn't fair, that you deserve more. You hesitate, your hand hovering, torn between logic and justice. Why would you reject free money just to spite an unfair offer? This is the ultimatum game paradox, a psychological riddle that reveals a haunting truth. We often choose fairness over personal gain, even at our own expense, driven by a moral instinct that defies reason. Why do we punish injustice, even when it costs us dearly? As you settle into the soothing rhythm of this video, let's linger at this shadowed table, letting the paradox's gentle mystery unfold like a whisper in the dark, guiding your mind toward a restful, contemplative sleep. This isn't just a fleeting impulse. It's a profound paradox that exposes a glitch in the human psyche, a tension between rationality and morality that shapes how we navigate the social world. Picture yourself in that chair, the stranger's offer hanging in the air, the $10, a tantalizing yet insulting gesture. Your mind races, calculating. $10 could buy a meal, a book, a moment of comfort. Logic urges you to take it. Something is better than nothing, and rejecting the deal leaves you empty-handed. But your heart rebels, a visceral sense of unfairness burning through your thoughts. It's not just about the money. It's about respect, equality, a principle that says you're worth more than a scraps. The ultimatum game paradox, first studied by economists and psychologists in the 1980s, shows that humans often prioritize fairness over profit, willing to sacrifice gain to punish those who violate social norms. It's a paradox because self-interest, the cornerstone of rational choice, crumbles under the weight of justice, leaving you to wonder why you'd burn a bridge to prove a point. Let's step closer to the table. The bulb's glow, a quiet hum. The stranger's gaze, a silent challenge. The ultimatum game was introduced in 1982 by economists Werner Guth, Rolf Schmidberger, and Bernd Schwarze, who designed it to test theories of rational choice. In their experiments, one player, the proposer, suggests a split of a fixed sum, and the other, the responder, accepts or rejects. Economic theory, rooted in self-interest, predicts responders will accept any offer, even $1, as it's better than zero. Yet, Guth's findings shocked the field. Responders frequently rejected low offers, like $10 of 100, choosing nothing over an unfair deal. Proposers, anticipating this, often offered closer to 50-50 splits, sensing that fairness trumps greed. It's like a dance of principles, where both players move to an unspoken rhythm, balancing gain with justice. Brain scans, like those in a 2003 study by neuroscientist Alan Sanfei, revealed why. Unfair offers activate the insula, a region tied to disgust, while fair ones spark the reward-focused dorsolateral prefrontal cortex. Your brain, it seems, treats unfairness like a bad smell, urging you to recoil. Picture yourself staring at that $10 offer, the bills a quiet temptation, the stranger's smirk a spark to your anger. Why does this paradox grip us so tightly? Evolutionary psychology offers a clue. Fairness is a social glue, essential for group survival. Our ancestors lived in small tribes, where cooperation meant sharing resources, food, shelter, protection. Cheaters, who hoarded or offered scraps, threatened group harmony, risking exclusion or conflict. The brain's social circuits, studied by psychologists like Jonathan Haidt, evolved to enforce fairness, rewarding cooperation and punishing greed. In a 2011 study, Haidt found that moral emotions, like disgust or anger, drive altruistic punish. Rejecting that $10 isn't just spite. It's a signal, a warning that unfairness won't stand, even if it costs you. It's as if your mind is a judge, wielding justice to keep the social order, even when the scales tip against you. Take a moment. Let the bulb's light settle over you like a soft veil. The ultimatum game paradox isn't just about money. It's a mirror for your life, reflecting how fairness shapes your choices, your relationships, your world. Think about the last time you felt cheated. A coworker taking credit for your work, a friend borrowing without repaying, a partner dismissing your needs. The urge to push back, to demand fairness, is visceral, even if it means conflict or loss. In a 2016 study by economist Ernst Fehr, participants rejected unfair offers in ultimatum games across cultures, from New York to New Guinea, showing fairness is a universal instinct, though its expression varies. In collectivist societies like Japan, fair splits are closer to 50-50. In individualistic ones, like the US, slightly uneven offers are tolerated. It's like a global chorus, each voice singing justice in its own key, yet harmonizing in the refusal to accept less than what's right. Let's linger at the table. The $10, now a quiet symbol of your defiance, the stranger shadow of fading presence. The paradox's implications stretch across your life, warping your decisions, your emotions, your sense of self. Fairness isn't just a preference, it's a moral compass, guiding how you navigate social bonds. In relationships, you might end a friendship over a betrayal, even if it leaves you lonelier, prioritizing justice over connection. In work, you might refuse a lowball raise, risking stability to assert your worth. In society, you protest inequities, poverty, discrimination, sacrificing comfort to right wrongs. A 2019 study in Nature Human Behavior found that people punish unfairness even when it costs them, driven by a moral outrage that outweighs self-interest. It's like carrying a torch for justice, even as it burns your hand, a flame you can't let die. Imagine yourself pushing the $10 back, the bills sliding across the table, your heart steady despite the loss. The ultimatum game paradox has deep roots, from ancient tribal norms to modern behavioral economics. In the 18th century, philosopher Adam Smith described the impartial spectator, an inner judge urging fairness, a precursor to the paradox's logic. Goeth's 1982 experiment sparked a revolution, challenging economic models like Homo economicus, which assumed pure self-interest. Later studies, like those by economist Joseph Henrich, showed cultural variations. Hunter-gatherer tribes offer fairer splits than urban dwellers, reflecting their tight-knit bonds. Neuroscientists like Dominic Bach in 2020 used fMRI to link unfairness to "it's as if your mind is wired to fight for fairness, even when the cost is your own gain." Let's explore what this paradox means for you, how it reshapes your dance with justice and gain. If fairness trumps profit, what does that say about your values, your choices? The paradox challenges your belief in rational self-interest, revealing a mind driven by moral instinct, not just logic. It's a chilling thought, like realizing the scales of your decisions are tipped by emotion, not reason. Yet there's a quiet wisdom in this truth, a chance to balance justice with pragmatism. Psychologists like Dan Ariely suggest bounded fairness, value equity but weigh costs, accepting imperfect deals when the stakes are low. A 2021 study by Molly Crockett found that reflecting on long-term goals reduces knee-jerk rejections, softening the paradox's grip. It's like stepping back from the table, seeing the $10 not as an insult, but a choice, one you can make without losing yourself. Take a deep breath. Feel the room's silence wrap around you like a soft blanket. The ultimatum game paradox is unnerving because it exposes a flaw in your rationality, a glitch that makes fairness a costly obsession. It's a reminder that your choices are shaped by instinct, not just reason. Yet this instinct can be harnessed. By valuing fairness without sacrificing all, you can find peace in the balance, like a judge who rules with heart and mind. This wisdom, drawn from psychology and economics, is a lullaby for the restless soul, a soft light guiding you through the night's shadows. As you lie there, your body sinking into the mattress, let the paradox be a guide, a whisper that you don't need to punish every wrong to find justice. Let's linger in the shadowed room, the $10 now a silent relic, the stranger a forgotten figure. The debate around the paradox is vibrant, with economists like Fair exploring its evolutionary roots, and psychologists like Haidt linking it to moral foundations. Critics argue its effects vary. Some accept unfair deals for peace, but the paradox's core truth endures. Fairness drives sacrifice, a puzzle that provokes and soothes in equal measure. There's no need to fight every injustice tonight or ever. It's enough to ponder it, to let its quiet mystery cradle your thoughts as you drift toward dreams. This tale of costly fairness is just one light in the constellation of psychological paradoxes we're exploring tonight. Each will illuminate another facet of the mind, revealing the strange, unnerving truths that shape our reality. From the ultimatum game paradox, with its clash of justice and gain, we'll drift to a paradox where our reality itself might be an illusion, a construct of code. Picture your life, every thought and star, as a digital dream. Are we real or simulated shadows? Close your eyes. Let the table's hum fade into the quiet pulse of a coded cosmos, and let's drift into the next mystery, where existence begins to blur. The night is vast, A velvet curtain of stars draped across the sky, each pinprick of light, a whisper from a universe that feels both infinite and intimate. You lie beneath this celestial canopy, the cool grass beneath you, your breath a soft rhythm against the silence. As you gaze upward, a question creeps into your mind, quiet at first, then all-consuming. What if this moment, the stars, the grass, the very beat of your heart, isn't real? What if it's all a simulation, a digital dream woven by a computer so advanced it mimics reality perfectly, down to the scent of the earth and the weight of your thoughts? This is the simulation argument, a thought experiment proposed by philosopher Nick Bostrom in 2003, a psychological and philosophical riddle that challenges the foundation of your existence. It suggests you might be a character in a cosmic program, unaware of the code behind your life. Asking, if our world is a simulation, what does it mean to be real? As you settle into the soothing rhythm of this video, let's drift through this starry expanse, letting the argument's gentle mystery unfold like a dream within a dream, guiding your mind toward a restful, contemplative sleep. This isn't a sci-fi fantasy spun for thrills. It's a profound paradox that blends psychology, philosophy, and technology, forcing you to question the fabric of your reality. Imagine waking to your daily routine, the warmth of your coffee mug, the chatter of the morning news, the flicker of your phone screen. It feels solid, undeniable, a world you navigate with certainty. But what if every sensation, every memory, every star in the sky is a line of code, a digital illusion crafted with such precision you'd never suspect? Bostrom's argument doesn't claim you're definitely in a simulation. It posits that, given certain conditions, it's statistically more likely than not. It's a question that's both exhilarating and unsettling, like standing at the edge of a cliff, the ground beneath you feeling firm yet fragile, whispering that it might dissolve into data. The simulation argument is a psychological paradox because it preys on your deepest trust in reality, unraveling it with a single, chilling possibility. You might be a construct, a shadow in a machine's dream. Let's drift deeper into this starry night, the grass a quiet cradle beneath you, the stars a coded constellation above. Bostrom's argument rests on three possibilities, only one of which can be true. First, advanced civilizations, human, alien, or otherwise, never reach the technological ability to create simulations so realistic they mimic consciousness. Perhaps they go extinct, their progress stalls, or they lack the computational power to build S. Second, advanced civilizations develop this technology but choose not to run simulations, perhaps for ethical reasons, like sparing simulated beings the burden of existence, or because they're uninterested, like painters who never touch their canvas. Third, advanced civilizations create countless simulations, each a universe with sentient beings who believe they're real, like you, lying here under the stars. If this third scenario holds, the number of simulated realities would vastly outnumber the single base reality, the original, non-simulated world, making it statistically probable that you're in a simulation, not the one true cosmos. It's like picking a single red marble from a jar filled with billions of blue ones. The odds favor the blue, the digital. Picture yourself tracing a star's path with your finger, its light a faint pulse in the night. The third possibility is the argument's heart, the one that makes your skin prickle. If a civilization achieves the computing power to simulate entire universes, complete with conscious minds, they'd likely create many experiments to study history, virtual worlds for entertainment, or simulations to test cosmic theories. Each simulation could hold billions of sentient beings, each as real to themselves as you are, gazing at these stars, feeling the grass, pondering their place. The math is relentless. With trillions of simulated worlds, the chance you're in the one base reality becomes vanishingly small, like finding a single star in a galaxy. Bostrom's argument is neutral. It doesn't prove you're simulated, only that the odds tilt heavily toward it if simulations are possible. It's a psychological trap, a question that burrows into your mind, making you wonder if the stars are light or code, if your thoughts are yours or a program's echo. Take a moment. Let the starlight's glow settle over you like a soft blanket. The simulation argument's implications are profound, touching every facet of your existence. If you're in a simulation, what does that mean for your life, your choices, your loves? Does it diminish the warmth of a hug, the ache of a loss, or the thrill of a starry night? The paradox lies in the tension. Your experiences feel vivid, undeniable, yet they could be digital, a script running on a machine. It's like reading a novel so gripping you forget it's fiction, only to wonder if you're a character in someone else's code. The argument challenges your trust in reality, suggesting that the world you know, its textures, its truths, might be a construct, yet it leaves room for meaning, for the possibility that your digital life is as valid as any real one. Let's drift deeper into this coded cosmos, the stars now a quiet hum in your mind. The argument draws on ideas as old as philosophy itself, echoing Plato's allegory of the cave, where prisoners see only shadows of a truer reality, or Descartes' evil demon deceiving your senses. Bostrom's 2003 paper, Are You Living in a Computer Simulation?, modernized these doubts, grounding them in technology you can almost grasp. Today's computers render virtual worlds, video games, VR experiences that grow more lifelike yearly. If your descendants, or an alien civilization, achieve the power to simulate conscious minds, why wouldn't they? They might run simulations to explore history, test theories, or simply for fun, like you binge-watch shows. Some estimate we're decades from simulating basic consciousness, a stepping stone to universes in silicon. It's like imagining a future where your reality is a program, running on a server in a world you'll never see. Imagine yourself as a flicker in this digital sea, the grass beneath you, a coded texture, the stars, a programmed sky. The argument's implications stretch into psychology, probing how you cope with existential uncertainty. If you're simulated, who's running the show? Future humans, aliens, or an AI god? Are they watching, tweaking variables, or have they moved on, your simulation a forgotten experiment? A 2018 study by psychologist Sheldon Solomon found that existential threats, like doubting reality's solidity, trigger anxiety as your brain craves certainty. Yet, the paradox offers a strange comfort. If your experiences feel real, does their origin matter? Bostrom argues it might not. Your joy, your pain, your love are true to you, like a dream that feels vivid until you wake. It's as if the simulation, if it exists, is a canvas, and your life is the art, meaningful regardless of the medium. Let's explore the argument's broader ripples, The cosmos now a quiet pulse in your heart. The simulation argument touches science, where the universe's structure might hint at its artificiality. Physicists like Silas Bean suggest looking for glitches, patterns in cosmic rays or limits in physical laws, like pixels in a game. Quantum mechanics, with its probabilistic nature, could reflect a digital framework, rendering reality only when observed. The universe's fine-tuned constants, gravity, electron charge, might suggest a coded design, optimized for life. Yet skeptics, like Sabine Hossenfelder, argue these are anthropic biases, that you see tuning because you exist to observe it. The debate is a cosmic dance, each step a question, each turn a possibility, pulling at the threads of your reality. Picture yourself under the stars again, their light a coded symphony. The argument resonates with modern life, where technology blurs real and virtual. Social media curates lives that feel perfect. Video games immerse you in other worlds, and AI mimics thought. These are echoes of the simulation, hints of a future where reality and illusion merge. The argument raises ethical questions. Should you run them, knowing they'll suffer, love, die? A 2020 study by philosopher David Chalmers explored these, suggesting simulated beings have rights, mirroring your own if you're simulated. It's like holding a mirror to your existence, asking if you're data with a soul. Let's linger in the starry night, the grass now a soft hum beneath you. The simulation argument's history is brief but potent. Born in Bostrom's 2003 paper, building on ideas like John Conway's Game of Life, a cellular automaton mimicking complex systems, and sci-fi like The Matrix. It sparked debates across fields, from Elon Musk's musings to physicist David Deutsch's quantum arguments. Experiments to test it, like searching for computational limits, are speculative, but they fuel research, pushing cosmology and computing's boundaries. The argument's power lies in its ambiguity, a riddle that provokes without proving, a perfect puzzle for a curious mind. Let's explore the argument's human resonance, the stars now a quiet pulse in your heart. You seek reality, yearning for truths that anchor you, love, purpose, connection. The simulation argument is a mirror, reflecting this quest, suggesting reality might be layered, yet your experiences remain vivid, true in their feeling. It's a comforting thought, isn't it? That even if you're code, your story matters, your moments shine. As you lie there, your body sinking into the mattress. Let the argument be a lullaby, its rhythm soothing your thoughts into a gentle haze. There's no need to know the truth tonight, or ever. It's enough to ponder it, to let its quiet mystery wrap around you like a dream, guiding you toward peace. The debate around the simulation argument is a galaxy of voices, from physicists like Tegmark, exploring computational signatures, to skeptics like Hossenfelder, questioning testability. There's no consensus, only a deepening mystery that invites wonder. The argument's power lies in its open-endedness, a perfect puzzle for quiet reflection as you drift towards sleep. This tale of a coded cosmos is just one light in the constellation of psychological paradoxes we're exploring tonight. Each will illuminate another facet of the mind, revealing the strange, unnerving truths that shape our reality. From the simulation argument, with its digital veil, we'll drift to a paradox where our pursuit of meaning traps us in absurdity, a clash with a silent universe. Picture seeking purpose, only to find the cosmos indifferent. Why do we crave answers in a void? Close your eyes. Let the stars' hum fade into the quiet weight of an empty sky. And let's drift into the next mystery, where meaning begins to unravel. The night sky is endless, a vast canvas of stars stretching into the void, each glimmer a silent witness to the universe's indifference. You sit on a weathered bench in an empty field, the cool air brushing your skin, the distant hum of crickets the only sound. Your gaze lifts to the heavens, searching for meaning, for a purpose that might anchor your fleeting existence. You yearn for answers. Why are you here? What's it all for? What holds this fragile life together? But the stars offer no reply, their light cold and distant, a reminder of a cosmos that spins on without care for your questions. This is the absurdity paradox, a psychological and philosophical riddle inspired by Albert Camus, revealing a chilling truth. Your desperate need for meaning clashes with a universe that offers none, trapping you in a state of absurdity. Why do you seek purpose in a silent void, knowing it may never answer? As you settle into the soothing rhythm of this video, let's linger in this starlit field, letting the paradox's gentle mystery unfold like a shadow in the night, guiding your mind toward a restful, contemplative sleep. This isn't just a fleeting existential pang. It's a profound paradox that cuts to the core of human consciousness, a tension that defines your struggle to find a place in an indifferent universe. Picture yourself on that bench, the stars above, a silent jury, your heart heavy with the weight of unasked questions. You've spent your life chasing meaning through love, work, art, faith, building stories to explain why you wake each morning, why you endure pain, why you dream. Yet the universe remains mute, its vastness a mirror reflecting your smallness, its silence a refusal to validate your quest. The absurdity paradox, articulated by Camus in his 1942 essay The Myth of Sisyphus, arises from this clash. You demand purpose, but the cosmos offers none, leaving you suspended in a state of absurdity, neither fully lost nor fully found. It's a paradox because your drive for meaning is what makes you human, yet it's precisely this drive that confronts you with a void, a riddle that's as unnerving as it is eternal. Let's step deeper into the field, the grass whispering beneath your feet, the stars a quiet hum above. Camus described the absurd as the tension between your need for meaning and the universe's indifference, a conflict with no resolution. Unlike nihilism, which denies meaning outright, or existentialism, which urges you to create it, Camus's absurdity embraces the clash, refusing to look away. He illustrated it with Sisyphus, the mythical figure condemned to roll a boulder up a hill forever, only for it to roll back down. Sisyphus's task is meaningless, yet Camus imagines him defiant, finding purpose in the act of rolling, in the struggle itself. It's like painting a canvas knowing it'll be erased, yet pouring your heart into each stroke, because the act of creation is its own reward. Psychological research, like a 2015 study by psychologist Roy Baumeister, supports this. Humans thrive on meaning-making, linking actions to purpose, to reduce anxiety. But when meaning eludes them, despair creeps in. Picture yourself leaning back on the bench, the stars a distant audience, their silence a weight on your chest. Why does this paradox grip you so tightly? The human brain is a meaning-making machine, wired to find patterns and purpose. Evolutionary psychologists, like Steven Pinker, argue this trait helped your ancestors survive, turning random events, storms, hunts, births, into stories that guided group behavior. The prefrontal cortex, your brain's storyteller, weaves these narratives, linking cause to effect. A. You ask why you exist, why suffering happens, but the cosmos offers no reply. triggering what psychologists call existential anxiety. A 2018 study by Sheldon Solomon found that confronting life's lack of meaning activates the amygdala, your fear center, sparking dread. It's as if your mind is a sailor, searching for a shore in an endless sea, desperate for a harbor that may not exist. Take a moment. Let the starlight's chill settle over you like a soft veil. The absurdity paradox isn't just about cosmic questions. It's a mirror for your life, reflecting how you grapple with meaning in a world that often feels empty. Think about your last search for purpose, choosing a career to make a difference, loving someone to feel complete, or chasing a passion to leave a mark. These pursuits give you direction, yet they falter when faced with life's chaos, failure, loss, or the quiet realization that no achievement lasts forever. Studies, like those by psychologist Viktor Frankl, show that meaning buffers against despair, but its absence fuels existential crises. In a 2020 study in Journal of Personality, participants who couldn't find purpose reported higher anxiety, as if the absurd's shadow loomed larger without a light to chase it away. It's like walking a path that vanishes into fog. Each step a leap of faith, yet you walk on, driven by a need you can't ignore. Let's linger in the field. The bench now a quiet anchor, the stars a silent challenge to your quest. The paradox's implications stretch across your life, shaping your emotions, your choices, your sense of self. The absurd isn't just a philosophical idea. It's a psychological state, a tension that colors how you face the world. In relationships, you seek love to give life meaning, yet heartbreak exposes its fragility, leaving you adrift. In work, you strive for impact, yet bureaucracy or failure can render efforts futile, echoing Sisyphus's endless task. In moments of quiet, you confront mortality, the ultimate absurdity. Why live if death erases all? A 2019 study by psychologist Clay Routledge found that existential threats, like pondering a meaningless universe, push people toward meaning-making, from religion to art, yet these efforts often falter against the void silence. It's like shouting into a canyon, waiting for an echo that never comes, yet shouting still because the act is yours. Imagine yourself rising from the bench, the grass cool beneath your feet, the stars a quiet jury above. The absurdity paradox has deep roots, from ancient myths to modern philosophy. Greek tragedies like those of Sophocles wrestled with fate's indifference, while Eastern philosophies like Buddhism embraced impermanence to find peace. Camus' 20th century work crystallized the absurd, drawing on existentialists like Kierkegaard. Psychological research, like Baumeister's 1991 work on meaning, shows humans need purpose to thrive, linking it to well-being. Yet the absurd persists when purpose fails. Neuroscientists, like Antonio Damasio in 2018, trace this to the brain's need for coherence, a drive that clashes with a chaotic universe. It's as if your mind is a poet, crafting verses for a world that doesn't rhyme. Yet the poem is yours, beautiful in its defiance. Let's explore what this paradox means for you, how it reshapes your search for meaning. If life is absurd, what does that say about your dreams, your struggles? The paradox challenges your need for answers, suggesting that the universe's silence is not a flaw, but a canvas, inviting you to paint your own purpose. It's a chilling thought, like facing a blank page with no guide. Yet there's a quiet freedom in this truth. Camus urged you to embrace the absurd, to live passionately despite the void, like Sisyphus rolling his boulder with joy. A 2021 study by psychologist Michael Steger found that crafting personal meaning through creativity, connection, or service reduces existential dread, letting you thrive in absurdity's shadow. It's like dancing under a starless sky, each step a rebellion against the dark, a choice to shine even when no one watches. Take a deep breath. Feel the field's silence wrap around you like a soft blanket. The absurdity paradox is unnerving because it exposes a flaw in your quest, a glitch that makes meaning both vital and elusive. It's a reminder that your search for purpose is human, yet the universe's silence is eternal, a tension you can't resolve but can embrace. By living fully, loving, creating, struggling, you defy the absurd, finding peace in the act, not the answer. This wisdom, drawn from philosophy and psychology, is a lullaby for the restless soul, a soft light guiding you through the night's shadows. As you lie there, your body sinking into the mattress, let the paradox be a guide, a whisper that you don't need cosmic answers to live deeply. Let's linger in the starlit field, the bench now a silent relic, the stars a quiet echo of your questions. The debate around the paradox is vibrant, with philosophers like Thomas Nagel exploring its humor and psychologists like Frankl linking it to resilience. Critics argue some find meaning easily, sidestepping the absurd, but its core truth endures. The clash of need and silence persists, a puzzle that provokes and soothes in equal measure. There's no need to solve the universe tonight, or ever. It's enough to ponder it, to let its quiet mystery cradle your thoughts as you drift toward dreams. This tale of a silent cosmos is just one light in the constellation of psychological paradoxes we're exploring tonight. Each will illuminate another facet of the mind, revealing the strange, unnerving truths that shape our reality. From the absurdity paradox, with its clash of meaning and void, we'll drift to a paradox where love's ultimate act traps you in sacrifice, eroding the self you give. Picture pouring your heart into another, only to lose yourself. Why does devotion cost so much? Close your eyes. Let the field's hum fade into the quiet weight of a selfless heart. And let's drift into the next mystery, where love begins to bind. The room is bathed in the soft glow of a single candle, its flame flickering gently, casting dancing shadows across the walls. You sit quietly, a photograph in your hands, its edges worn from years of touch. It shows someone you love, your partner, your child, a friend, their smile a beacon of warmth in the dim light. You trace their face with your finger, a flood of memories washing over you. Late-night talks, shared laughter, moments of quiet comfort. For them, you've given so much, your time, your energy, your dreams, pouring your heart into their happiness, their needs, their future. But as you gaze at the photo, a quiet ache surfaces, a whisper that asks, where are you in this picture? In giving everything, have you lost yourself? Your own light dimmed to keep theirs burning? This is the self-sacrifice paradox, a psychological riddle that reveals a haunting truth. Love's ultimate expression, the act of giving yourself wholly to another, can erode the very self you offer, leaving an empty vessel where devotion once thrived. Why does love, so pure in its intent, sometimes demand your own destruction? As you settle into the soothing rhythm of this video, our final stop in this journey of the mind, let's linger in this candlelit room, letting the paradox's gentle mystery unfold like a sigh in the night, guiding your mind toward a restful, contemplative sleep. This isn't just a fleeting pang of regret. It's a profound paradox that pierces the heart of human connection, a tension that defines how you love, care, and give. Picture yourself holding that photograph. The candles glow, a quiet companion, the weight of your sacrifices settling like dust. You've always seen love as a gift, a willingness to put another's needs before your own. You've stayed up late to comfort a crying child, worked extra hours to support a partner's dreams, or set aside your ambitions to care for a friend in crisis. These acts feel noble, a testament to your heart's depth, a proof of devotion. But the self-sacrifice paradox, explored by psychologists like Roy Baumeister and Susan Brownmiller, shows that this giving can come at a devastating cost. The more you pour yourself into others, the more you risk losing your identity, your energy, your sense of self, until the person you were, the one who loved so fiercely, fades into a shadow. It's a paradox because love is meant to uplift, to bind, yet its purest form can unravel you, leaving you to wonder who you are when the giving stops. Let's step closer to the photograph. The candle's flame, a quiet pulse. The smile in the image, a silent challenge to your heart. The self-sacrifice paradox has been studied through the lens of psychology, sociology, and philosophy, revealing the delicate balance between altruism and self-preservation. Baumeister's 1991 research on self-regulation showed that excessive giving depletes your emotional and mental resources, a process he called ego depletion. When you sacrifice, skipping sleep to care for a loved one, abandoning hobbies for their needs, you drain your reserves, leaving less for yourself. A 2017 study by psychologist Susan South found that caregivers, like those tending to ill family members, report higher rates of burnout, anxiety, and identity loss as their sense of self erodes under the weight of giving. It's like pouring water from a cup until it's empty. You can't nourish others when you're dry, yet love compels you to keep pouring, even as you fade. Picture yourself setting the photograph down, the candle's light catching the glass frame, its reflection a faint echo of your face. Why does this paradox grip you so tightly? The human brain is wired for connection. Its social circuits, centered in the prefrontal cortex and amygdala, craving bonds that ensure survival. Evolutionary psychologists like David Buss argue that altruism, including sacrifice, evolved to strengthen group ties, as giving to others secured mutual support. Your ancestors shared food or protected kin, ensuring the tribe's survival, a trait passed down in your instinct to care. But in modern life, with its complex demands, this instinct can misfire. You give beyond your limits, time, money, dreams, because love feels like a duty, a proof of worth. A 2019 study by psychologist Emily Impet found that compassionate goals, like sacrificing for a partner, boost relationship satisfaction short-term, but lead to resentment if unbalanced. It's as if your heart is a flame, burning brightly for others, yet consuming itself if not tended. Take a moment, let the candle's warmth settle over you like a soft fog. The self-sacrifice paradox isn't just about love. It's a mirror for your life, reflecting how you balance self and other. Think about the last time you gave too much, staying late to help a colleague, canceling plans for a friend, or putting your dreams on hold for family. These acts feel right, yet leave you drained. A quiet resentment simmering beneath your devotion. Studies show this is common. Psychologist Barbara Saracen's 1990s research on social support found that overgiving correlates with lower self-esteem as you lose sight of your own needs. In relationships, you might become the perfect partner, always yielding, only to feel invisible. In parenting, you prioritize your child's happiness, neglecting your own, as a 2021 study by Sarah Shoppy Sullivan showed, linking parental sacrifice to identity erosion. It's like weaving a tapestry for others, each thread pulled from your own fabric, until the pattern of you frays. Let's linger in the room. The photograph now a quiet testament to your giving. The candle, a silent witness to your loss. The paradox's implications stretch across your life, warping your relationships, your sense of self, your future. Sacrifice isn't just an act, it's a mindset, a belief that love demands your depletion. This can trap you in cycles of burnout, where you give until you break, then feel guilty for needing rest. A 2020 study in Journal of Social Psychology found that chronic sacrificers report higher resentment and lower life satisfaction as their identity dissolves into others' needs. It's a paradox because love is meant to fulfill, yet its excess empties you, leaving you to question your worth when you have nothing left to give. You become a ghost in your own life, present but unseen, a shadow where a self once stood. Imagine yourself blowing out the candle, the room falling into darkness, the photograph now a memory in the night. The self-sacrifice paradox has deep roots, from ancient myths to modern psychology. Greek tales of Iphigenia, sacrificed for the greater good, echo the paradox's cost, while Christian narratives of martyrdom glorify giving all. In the 20th century, psychologist Abraham Maslow warned that over-altruism disrupts self-actualization, a balance of self and other. Feminist scholars like Carol Gilligan noted gendered patterns. Women are socialized to sacrifice more, as a 2018 study by sociologist Lisa Hubner confirmed. Linking female caregiving to identity loss. Neuroscientists like Tanya Singer in 2016 showed that excessive empathy activates stress circuits, depleting self-regulation. It's as if your brain is a garden, overgrown with others' needs, starving your own roots. Let's explore what this paradox means for you, how it reshapes your dance with love and self. If sacrifice erodes you, what does that say about your relationships, your worth? The paradox challenges your belief that love demands all, suggesting that giving without boundaries destroys the self you offer. Yet there's a quiet wisdom in this truth, a chance to find balance. Psychologists like Kristen Neff advocate self-compassion, treating yourself with the care you give others. A 2022 study by Neff found that self-compassion reduces burnout in caregivers, preserving identity. It's like tending your own garden, watering your roots so you can share your blooms, a love that thrives in mutual care. Take a deep breath. Feel the darkness wrap around you like a soft veil. The self-sacrifice paradox is unnerving because it exposes a flaw in your devotion, a glitch that makes love a costly offering. It's a reminder that your heart is finite, yet its capacity to give is boundless if balanced with self-care. By setting boundaries, valuing your needs, you can love without losing, finding peace in shared giving. This wisdom, drawn from psychology and philosophy, is a lullaby for the weary soul, a soft light guiding you through the night's shadows. As you lie there, your body sinking into the mattress, let the paradox be a guide, a whisper that you don't need to give all to love deeply. Let's linger in the darkened room. The photograph, now a silent memory. The candle, a forgotten glow. The debate around the paradox is vibrant, with psychologists like Baumeister exploring its emotional toll, and sociologists like Arlie Hochschild linking it to gendered roles. Critics argue some thrive on sacrifice, finding meaning in giving. But the paradox's core truth endures. Love can cost the self, a puzzle that provokes and soothes in equal measure. There's no need to sacrifice all tonight, or ever. It's enough to ponder it, to let its quiet mystery cradle your thoughts as you drift toward dreams. This tale of costly love is the final light in the constellation of psychological paradoxes we've explored tonight. Each has illuminated a facet of the mind, revealing the strange, unnerving truths that shape your reality. As we leave the shadows behind, let the stars carry you into dreams, where questions dissolve and mysteries bloom. Sleep well, and may your mind drift through the paradoxes we've unveiled, each one a whisper to guide you through the night.